K. Hutchinson, 95.9 HKFM.
The following is a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network. Stay tuned for exclusive coverage of Bueller Crusader football. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app. Coming up, the Midway Motors drive to the game as Aaron West and Chris Schenk break down tonight's matchup. You're listening to Bueller Crusader football on HKFM.
Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hutch are proud supporters of high school sports. And of course, we are proud to support our community any way we can. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. We hope you have a fun and memorable and most of all, healthy season. Be safe. Allen Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th in Hutch, or online 24/7 at allensamuelshutch.com. Come by. Let's be friends.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Crusader Stadium in Bueller on this Frolic Friday night as we get set for week number 5 action. The Bueller Crusaders here 3-1 on the season take on the 3-1 Augusta Orioles. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside our Midway Motors drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Schenk, and Tyler Adams will be joined on the sideline tonight by Cliff Schenk as we kick off here in just over 30 minutes on a beautiful Friday night for football in Bueller. Streaming tonight online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app, powered by Next Tech Wireless, because your mobile need to stay connected. The Crusaders with a tough-fought 28-20 win on Friday night last week over El Dorado. Wildcats actually 356 yards of total offense, all but 27 of that on the ground. Bueller's defense bend but didn't break. And the offense put together several key drives, including a late second quarter touchdown throw from Bradley Neal to Matt Eddy. That ended up being the difference in the game. Brad, 9 of 15, 109 yards and a touchdown. Sam Elliott, 26 totes, 219 yards and 3 scores. El Dorado's Jaden Sundgren, 20 carries for 160 yards and 1 touchdown. But, boy, Christopher, you really think back through the big plays of the game, and as I mentioned, that touchdown right at the end of the first half really stands out.
Yeah, it helped the Crusaders get that separation going into the locker room. And, last week was an interesting game in the fact that, like you mentioned, we got outgained by by El Dorado, but, really kind of felt in control of the entire game. I don't know how Tyler felt, but just kind of one of those games that it maybe wasn't as close as the score.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a slower-paced game, but it went actually super fast on the clock. We really did control the game almost the whole time. It didn't seem like it on the numbers, and if you would look at the sheets, McPherson was probably like, oh, wow, they pounded Bueller, but Bueller squeaked away. But really, we were in control the whole time.
I mentioned the bend but don't break on defense. Kind of felt like that kind of night where Bueller got stops when they needed to. El Dorado, really especially in the second half, had success running the football. But, again, the Crusaders found a way to come up with big stops when it mattered.
Yeah, when you're dealing with a flexbone team like El Dorado, they're going to get some rushing yards. And it's interesting tonight because we'll talk about Augusta's flexbone later on. They run the flexbone, but they're not quite as committed to it, and it's a little different setup than El Dorado's. But, it was last week. We gave up some chunks of yards, but most important goal, they don't give you the win based on yards. They give it to you on how many times whoever crosses the goal line the most, and luckily we crossed it more times than the Wildcats.
We always talk about the importance of getting off the field on 3rd and 4th down. Bueller holding opponents to just 33% on 3rd down. So, again, while El Dorado and others have been able to move the ball up and down the field, they've gotten themselves into 3rd down situations where they've not been able to convert. And that's really the key, as you said, at the end of the night. Doesn't matter how many yards they have if they can't get in the end zone. So.
Yeah, yep. And our defense stepped up and made plays when they needed to. And, I think the guys, coming into, the 5th game of the season, these guys, they're playing with some confidence. And I really feel like the defense has gelled, the offensive has gelled, and we've been lucky in the standpoint that we haven't had, any terrible or season really ending injuries for anybody yet. And so it's fun to kind of see this team hopefully hitting its stride here in the midseason point and peaking at the right end of the season.
All right, we talked about Steady Eddie. Matthew Eddie now 5 catches, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season. That big 30-yarder last week at the end of the first half. And Tyler, really confidence in his quarterback in Bradley Neal, who's just gaining in maturity. 57% completion on the year, averaging 129 yards a game, really having a fine senior season.
Well, compared to last year's season and his sophomore season, Bradley has improved. His improvement has skyrocketed. Everybody's concern at the beginning of the season was how the passing game was going to be, but Bradley was very confident himself, talking about it this summer. All of his players, all of his teammates were talking about it. And so being able to find the guys and have the pass protection as well and the confidence in his teammates to be able to get the passes down. And if you've realized, he's not throwing off the back of his feet anymore. He is more on balance, staying more comfortable. And so his pick ratio is down a lot from last year. Mainly one of the reasons is because he's balanced. He's not throwing off the back of his feet.
Yeah, that was going to be my next point, is we're not committing some of the turnovers that we did last year. So.
Yeah, I mean, last week not having a single turnover, that's a good thing. And I know the Crusaders are winning the turnover battle this year, and that's usually a recipe for success in football. If he who turns it over the least usually wins, just because you don't have those empty possessions.
Well, Bradley Neal now second all-time in career passing with 2,559 yards, only behind the great Jace Williams, who led his team as a junior to, actually as a sophomore, to a state championship. Augusta tonight, the Crusaders and the Orioles will meet here in Buhler for the 44th time in the series. Buhler holds a 29-14 advantage. They won 41-21 a year ago. Our Midway Motors drive to the game, and we'll be back with more right after this on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You're listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Visit Midway Motors on 30th Street in Hutchinson or online at midwaymotors.com. Coming up this day in Crusader history as the Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues on HKFM.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit midwaymotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Need a little morale pick-me-up in your office? Did you know updating your old fluorescent troffers with flat panel LEDs can boost employee morale and productivity? Sunflower Electric will come to your office, lay out a design, and provide a free estimate that can have big dividends. New flat panel LEDs give better lighting output using less wattage and lasting longer, which means savings for you. Call today at 620-662-0531 or stop by your local Sunflower Electric supply in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal.
Hey sports fans, all great teams include a great defensive strategy. That's what insurance is all about. Strategy to defend you, your family, and your possessions. This is Jordan Fee. I'm proud to help our clients plan their strategy of protection through the broad range of services we offer at Fee Insurance Group. Call to find out how we can protect your health, life, property, business, and even your retirement savings. Since 1883, we've been here to stand between you and risk.
Visit feeinsurancegroup.com, your local trusted choice agent.
HKFM.
There we are.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Our Midway Motors drive to the game. Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Hutchinson Community College, by the Mid-Kansas Credit Union, by Dix Phillips 66, by Newfelt's Flooring, and by Daylight Donuts. Our This Day in Crusader history will take you back to October the 1st of 2010. It was homecoming at Crusader Stadium when Buhler beat Mulvane 46-33. Tanner Fisher rushed for 274 yards in that game. That was part of his 2,360 that season. He is the all-time career rushing leader at BHS with just over 5,000 yards today, October the 1st in 2010. It's Augusta tonight. The Orioles, Buhler leads the all-time series 29-14. They have won 12 straight going back to 2006. The last time the O's picked up a win in the series. Augusta comes in 3-1, 1-1 in the league off a 4-6 year last year. 3 of those losses, though, came by 13 points or fewer. Last winning team for Augusta was 2017. Very young team, just 3 starters on offense that are seniors, 6 on defense, led by a sophomore quarterback who, size-wise, reminds me of the all-time passing leader for the Crusaders a few years ago, a bigger guy.
Yeah, Jace Williams, and you guys had more opportunities to watch Jace than I did, but that 6'4" frame, was quite the runner, and that's what we're kind of see out of Augusta's quarterback tonight in the Gavin Kaiser. Just like Jace started as a sophomore, don't quite know if the Orioles will have enough firepower to get to the state title game, but still he's a dangerous kid to deal with.
You mentioned Augusta, a version of the flexbone, not the speed that we saw out of El Dorado in the edges last week, but they will run a version of that offense. They've been 90-10 run versus the pass. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try a pass or two more than that tonight, but still I think the key is if you can contain the middle and force them to the outside, they kind of become predictable.
Yeah, the whole gist of the flexbone is establishing the inside run, because since there's not a lot of throwing in it, it is all about establishing the fullback dive up the gut, and then if you have trouble defending that, then they start attacking the edges. But if you take away the middle against the flexbone, then it makes it incredibly more difficult for them. And you saw that last week with El Dorado, where they started it got predictable, where if it was 3rd and long, you knew they were going to try to do a sweep or a pitch on the option, and we defended it very well.
Well, the big problem is last week was El Dorado's size. Buhler are typically not the biggest of teams, and so that was one of the issues. But being able to contain the outside run, they did pound the middle a little bit better, but being able to contain that was just good.
Yeah, Augusta will have some size up front, 290, 270 in the middle. And so look for them to utilize that bigger left side of the line as much as they can tonight. Holt Williams, returning starter as a senior, also their captain on defense, led the team in tackles last year with 79. They've got a ton of height. You look at their safeties, 6'2" or 6'5", so they've got some size on this team, both on offense and defense. So.
Yeah, and that's fitting because, guys, traditionally Augusta, they've had some good years in football, but it's always been kind of a basketball, a city that really cares about basketball a lot, so fitting that they've got some size down there in Augusta.
All right, well, it's going to be a fantastic night tonight for football. Augusta 3-1, coming off a 27-20 win over Rose Hill. That was at home last Friday. Their one loss in Week 3 to Circle, 42-35. They do have a Week 2 win over El Dorado. That was at El Dorado, 21-14. The O's averaging 33 points a game, giving up 19. I mentioned, Cliff, a perfect night for football as we check in on our Phoenix Restoration kickoff conditions, the company most trusted to deliver quality recovery services when disaster strikes. Call 662-0100.
Well, you've heard the term Chamber of Commerce weather. I think the Buhler Chamber of Commerce pulled out all the stops because this is absolutely perfect out here. The temperature 73 degrees. There is no wind. If any wind, it was 3 miles an hour, which in Kansas is no wind. So perfect weather for a football game, perfect weather for the Buhler Frolic, and great night for football.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep the rain away. We'll get armored up. Coach Coles will break down the Augusta Orioles when we come back here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Drive to the game. Listen to Crusader football on your smartphone or tablet with the Ad Astra
Radio.
Have you
guys ever heard the movie 12 Angry Orphans?
Join Aaron West and Chris Shank every
I read the book
night on HKFM.
I don't think so.
It's a great movie.
I've never seen the movie, but I read the book.
It's watched on the flight back.
This is Janet Dick inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960.
You know, we think of the spread offense as being a new creation, and this high school coach invented it in 1937.
It's been around a long time.
A Spock?
And back here at the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, time to get armored up. Brought to you by HCU Investment and Insurance Services. Coach Coles breaks down the Augusta O's. Coach, first of all, your defense, second straight week where you're going to go against that flexbone offense. I know a few different components from El Dorado to Augusta, but this last week help you prepare for what you'll see this week?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, it's an offense that's been around for a long time. It's not what you call revolutionary, but a lot of schools, you know, are kind of going back to it. And it's just a really good fundamental offense, and they're able to do a lot of good things out of it. And it's a little different from the reads that we see in, say, our spread-based offense or our shotgun offenses, or, you know, even Winfield's eye-based offense. The reads are a little bit different, so it takes a little bit of time for the kids to get used to the speed of it and, you know, some of the different angles. So, yeah, I think it'll carry over quite a bit and allow us to grow from where we were last week.
Seems like when you guys had the most success last week is when you were able to contain the interior run or get negative yardage on those runs inside the tackles.
Yeah, it all starts with you know, establishing that A gap, B gap, shutting down the fullback. If you can take the fullback away, it takes away a third of what they want to do. And, you know, so that's kind of where we start. I thought at times we did a really good job of doing that. And then obviously there were other times that we didn't really well. You know, first half, I think we held the fullback to right around 20, 25 yards. And then he was able to pop a couple in the second half. So, you know, just we need to maintain and be consistent in our fundamentals and our assignments.
All right, Augusta this week, we mentioned runs the flex bone to a little bit different quarterback. Obviously, he's a young guy, but a very big guy. I think it's 6'5", and a very physical quarterback. Much different than what you saw last week. So
yeah, you know, different skill set. He can sling it here and there. You know, they opened the Rose Hill game with 2 passes on their first drive. The first play was a fade. Went down the sideline a couple of plays later to score against Rose Hill early. So he can sling it, so we've got to be aware of that. But they are 90-10 run pass, and he is a big kid, so we've got to attack him low. We've got to be physical, and like I said, he's young, and he's in control of that offense. So, you know, we've got to take it to him. We've got to force him to make decisions quickly.
Absolutely, Coach. Well, another exciting night of Friday football, and look forward to it. Thanks for your time.
Okay, should be beautiful tonight.
Absolutely. That's Coach Coles. We're armored up. We've got more of our pregame coming up right after this.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Still to come, we'll take you around the league with a look at other action in the AVCTL. And Chris Shank brings you tonight's keys to the game. The Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
Neufeld's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Buhler High School activities, Neufeld's Flooring in downtown Buhler.
Hi, this is Cliff Ray with Ray & Sons Roofing Company, and today I brought our 4-year-old grandson, Brogan. Brogan, did you know Ray & Sons Roofing is 80 years old this year? Do you know what that means?
No, Papa.
It means we have a lot of experience. Brogan, did you know we have been the best of the best every year? You know what that means?
What, Papa?
People trust us, and that's a very good thing. For a free inspection or estimate, go to rayandsons.com.
Roof the right way, the right way.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Crusader football coverage tonight brought to you in part by Buhler Booster Club, by Hutchinson Family Dental, by Jackson Meats, by Riza Prino, and by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs. Keep you updated on what's happening elsewhere in football on this Friday night in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard tonight on the Ad Astra Sports Network. A couple of big rivalry games tonight. Sterling and Lions at Buller Field, 94.7 KSKU. Also, the 8-man matchup of the week in Little River, number 1 against number 3. Little River, the defending state champs, hosting Canton Galva tonight. Marion at Trinity Catholic at a key district game. Also, Gossel at Mount Ridge and Hugoton at Nickerson. Elsewhere around the league, Salina Central at Arkansas City, Augusta here at Buhler, Winfield at Circle, Hallstead at Clearwater, McPherson at El Dorado, Handel at Heston, Coffeyville at Mulvane, Wellington at Rose Hill, and of course the one that we circled in the middle of there is Mack at El Dorado. We'll try and keep you updated on that game, but very intriguing how that game might play out.
Yeah, I mean, the game is down at El Dorado, and, I've told people if they didn't get a chance to watch the Buhler-El Dorado game last week that was the best El Dorado team I've ever seen. I mean, they are getting better. They played us tough. I'm visiting with some of the players off the team. They just talked about how that El Dorado team, even in the pregame, had some confidence, and that's something that maybe some of those El Dorado teams of old really lacked.
Well, it seems like they keep improving, because I remember last year you were saying how last year's team was the best team you've ever seen of El Dorado, and now this year, I mean, I'm going to be honest, they're solid.
Yep, and with McPherson struggling last week and going to overtime with Winfield, I mean, they're definitely a team that, even though they're undefeated, they're definitely a team that's, the league has gotten better, and there is no real rummies in this league this year.
No, definitely not. We'll keep an eye on the scores tonight. No change in the 4A rankings. Miege still 1. Andover Central 2, McPherson 3, Baser Linwood 4, and Buhler 5 at 3 and 1.
Yeah, did you see the new rankings for next year? St. Thomas Aquinas is coming down to 4A.
Yeah,
oh, goody.
The 4A East changes may not be quite so dominated by Bishop Miege starting next year. That'll be an interesting battle between those two. So.
Yeah, and Randy Dreiling, of course, I think he's still the head coach of St. Thomas Aquinas, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, speaking of the Flexbone offense.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of that. And, so anyway, that's going to be an amazing rivalry, and it probably was already a great rivalry to begin with, but it's even going to be much bigger now that they're both in 4A.
Christopher, you were talking about stopping the interior run. This one made those Dreiling State Championship teams so good as you could never stop the fullback.
Yes. I mean, that was always the spot that you knew on a Randy Dreiling coach team that was going to be a man. I mean, that they could get a lot of different individuals that could run quarterback in that offense, but the fullback was always one of the toughest customers that they had. And, to make the Flexbone work, that fullback's got to be a beast.
Of course, Keisha is considering the thing where if you win too many games, you can get moved up in a class. And so Aquinas and, Bishop Miege might both be in 5A pretty soon.
Yeah, that too. We'll see. I know that there's a progression to that, and it is something that is moving along. We'll see where that takes us in the near future. Well, Coach Warner will join us for his pregame thoughts coming up. Chris has his keys to the game. Ham will go down the field for tonight's kickoff here just inside 11 minutes from the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. This is Crusader Football on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You're listening to the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Visit Midway
Bad
Motors
news,
on
the Buhler
30th
helmet's
Street in
on fire.
Hutchinson or online at midwaymotors.com.
Oh, goodness.
Next, we hear the pregame thoughts of head coach Steve Warner, your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
At Adams Brown, our clients are the center of everything we do. Hi, this is Brett Henry. We're proud to have been named to Inside Public Accountants' top 200 firms for our 5th consecutive year. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
Hi, this is Randy Gotti with the Buhler Booster Club. Check out their Crusader Closet at our next home football game. Our customized designs and inventory are continually updated, from seats to blankets, t-shirts and sweatshirts, shorts and joggers. Crusader Closet has you covered for all things Buhler. All sales support our Crusader students through the Buhler Booster Club. Like the Buhler High School Booster Club on Facebook to keep up to date and outfit your entire family with the Buhler gear they want at the Crusader Closet.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Time for pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner. Coach, here we are, another team that wants to run the football in town. I feel like a broken record. I said that last week, but second straight week in a row against the Flexbone. How does it playing it last week help you for this week?
Well, I think it helps because now 2 weeks in a row we've been working on the same type of offense. Obviously new wrinkles from Augusta. They run some leads that we didn't see last week. They also run some more misdirection, which slows us down, which is a weakness of ours because we do run so well. So with their misdirection, I remember 2 years ago they ran a misdirection play on the very first play of the game and they scored. So obviously we've been working on that all week long. We teach our linebackers that they have to, action away, slow play. You have to buzz your feet and get your reads and then get a secondary read. So we work on it, but then you get in the game and you're all hyped and you forget about some of the things you've been taught. Another thing we've been working on a lot is getting off blocks because it's very, very important. Last week we did not do a good job of getting off the blocks, and I have to give credit to El Dorado the way that they blocked. So we've got to get off blocks. We've got to continue to run to the ball. And I always say it, the best defense is a good offense. Our offense has to perform. And I really was pleased last week a couple of times against El Dorado where we had a chance to, I guess if we lay an egg on offense, then we're going to probably lose the game or go to overtime. And we didn't lay an egg. We had some nice long drives. We didn't score in the fourth quarter twice, but we moved the ball. We ran that clock and moved it right down the field. And, a penalty hurt us, and then the game ran out on the last drive that I liked. But still, our offense has to play well. We have to, we need another big night out of Sam. We need a big night out of Bradley, and they've been doing it for us. So I'm excited about our offense, and I think that we're going to be able to move football.
Sure, going against that flex bone, if you can stop that interior run or get them in some longer yardage situations that benefit you?
Huge, and you said the interior run, we have to stop the fullback. Another problem last week, we didn't stop the fullbacks in the second half, so then everybody else was kind of compensating on trying to help with the fullback, and then all of a sudden the quarterback has the ball because we forgot about our responsibilities only because the fullback hurt us. And now if we can stop the fullback, it's in our favor that they have to go to something else. But if the fullback's gaining yards, everybody else has to worry about tackling. If we can stop him up front and by our linebackers and our two techs, then it makes it a lot easier night for us.
Maybe didn't show up so much on the scoreboard, but I thought a solid game for your offense last week, and maybe their best performance since week one. Seems like they're really bouncing back and starting to play well.
I think our offense is definitely improving. Our line has improved. And we've had some changes each week. It seems like we've got somebody new in to play, but we're getting better, and I like what I see, and we're getting some depth too. We've got Brian Regier came in and played last week and played the whole game and really improved a lot. Very excited to see him improve, and he's such a great young man. He tries hard and works very, very hard, and he got rewarded by playing. He's going to.
We're back with more right after this.
Join head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show Monday night, and brings you tonight's keys to the game.
Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Mount Ridge. Member NCUA.
From their beginnings in 1989, Wifco Steel Products has grown to be the premier supplier of storage tank hardware in the U.S. and Canada, and they're still growing. Apply today at WIFCOSP.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
HKFM.
And back here from Crusader Stadium tonight as the Crusaders just come through the tunnel. The helmet, they've added the smoky fog dimension tonight. It's kind of a new look there. Kind of got a rock and roll thing going on with the helmet tonight. It is a frolic weekend in Buhler, and so a lot of the past state championship teams from various sports are back. We'll have floats in the parade tomorrow. I've seen banners in the stadium recognizing some of those. Pretty cool to see some of our past state champs back, and full crowd tonight.
Yeah, it's awesome that Buhler's had as many state champions as they have, with over 50, and something really neat for the community and the high school to celebrate.
And there's also a big class reunion going on tonight. The class of 2001 is having their 20-year reunion, and that's a class that's near and dear to Chris and I's heart, as my daughter and my daughter-in-law both graduated from the class of 2001, so big year for us.
I'm a little bit older than that, just by a bit.
Just a little bit.
I'd have to do the math in my head, and that hurts. But fun weekend, definitely activities all day tomorrow. And mentioned the parade, that's downtown at 11. Lots going on. They had the tailgate over at the practice field tonight. And then they've got a evening meal and a dance tomorrow night. So.
Yep, and you were talking about that tailgate. Mr. Frolic, Monty Cross himself, you said, Dad, you saw him down there manning the grill this evening.
Quite the chef, quite the chef.
Yeah, Montgomery will be on with us at halftime. We'll talk Buhler Frolic and what's going on this weekend. So, co-captains getting ready to meet at midfield here tonight for the Crusaders. Their home black uniforms with the maroon lettering. And those matte black helmets, the Crusader logo on either side. All white uniforms tonight for the Augusta Orioles. Orange numerals and black helmets. Long time since the O's have been beating the Crusaders, who mentioned 12 straight. And they're certainly motivated to change that here tonight. But, boy, this one key. Buhler can get through this game tonight. It sets up a huge game here in Crusader Stadium next Friday night with McPherson. All right, let's go down to the field for tonight's coin toss.
Captains are shaking hands.
Good sportsmanship tonight, all night long. Knock each other down, help each other win the game. We'll tolerate nothing but. Am I clear on that? All right, very good. You gentlemen are the visitors. This is tails on this side, heads here. Call it now, please. You like my phone? Yeah, I like it. When do you call it now, please? He said what? It is tails.
Augusta won the toss. Augusta has won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. Augusta will kick off from the north end zone. Bueller will receive and take the ball in the south end zone. The direction really doesn't matter tonight. There is no wind. No wind.
Yeah, tough down there. The white hat keeps walking away from the mic tonight. So, but Bueller will be on offense first. Christopher, let's talk about some keys to the game.
And that falls right in line with the keys to the game tonight. Number one, getting the lead and keeping the lead. The Crusaders did that last week as they received the kickoff and led that game completely from start to finish. It's important against a running team to get that established early on. Number two, stopping the run tonight. Augusta, 90% run this season with the flex bone led by Holt Williams, the senior fullback, averaging over 100 yards a game, so slowing him down critical, and also Gavin Kaiser, the quarterback, slowing down this big 6'4 sophomore. And then number three tonight, for a key to the victory, is a clean game. The Crusaders have done a great job on limiting turnovers. They're +5 on the season. They had none last week, but you want to limit those penalties. That has been something that's hurt the Crusaders a few times, but too, just Augusta traditionally and historically, they're going to be physical. They're going to talk a little bit, and so it's going to be big for the Crusaders to talk with the pads and not talk with the jaws.
All right, let's limit those penalties. Tonight we talked in the pregame about what Bradley Neal's done at quarterback this year. Behind him, Sam Elliott, who had a career night 1 year ago in Augusta against these Orioles. 28 carries, 361 yards, and a school record 6 touchdowns. That 361, second most in a game in school history. Sam in his senior season averaging 6.6 yards a carry. Colin Rowland at fullback. We'll see a bevy of receivers, McCurdy, Coffey, Van Bruggen, Eddie, among others. And the line up front, the tackles, Childs and Cooper, Regier and Miller at the guards, and Ellis in the middle, the junior center. Augusta set to kick off toward the south end zone here at Crusader Stadium. It'll be Jeremiah Schaefer, 225, a sophomore, to punch it away from the 40 end over end. And it'll be taken at the 10-yard line, return near side. That is Brock McCurdy at the 30, breaks a tackle at the 40, still on his feet to the outside, 45, and he'll be pushed out of bounds near midfield. Well, if special teams can give you a little juice to start the game, that's a good start.
Yeah, great return by Brock McCurdy that time, and great downfield block thrown out there by Brian Regier. Coach Warner was talking about him in the pregame. Good to see that young man having some success.
Yeah, great field position starting at their own 47-yard line.
47, 1st and 10. Crusaders opening period. Will be driving left to right. And Bradley Neal will bring his offense to the line of scrimmage. He'll start in the eye. Elliott off tackled for Sam 1 year ago, rushing.
Rolling up over 300 yards as an individual rusher is pretty impressive.
They go with two wings. Coffey and Rowland this time, the lone back. In the backfield with Neal out of the gun to the right of Bradley is Sam Elliott to the 44-yard line. Actually, it's going to be a yard shy of the first down. I'm sorry. So look at a 3rd down and 1 coming up here.
Augusta really selling out to stop the run that time. They basically had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. It's dangerous. Heck yes. 6 yards in a cloud of dust is a recipe for success.
3rd down and 1, single wide out in this formation. They go 2 tight ends. Brock McCurdy to the right. So double tights on 3rd and a yard out of the eye. Bradley will snap it with 6 on the 25 to the 24-yard line. Sam Elliott goes for 20.
And a big tip of the cap right now to our offensive line, Tyler. They are winning the battle in the trenches up front.
We're right there, right at the snap. Blake Ellis, after snapping the ball, just
Guardies across the
3 side the 5.
Great slant run that time by Matthew Eddy, and a great ball thrown by Mr. Neal. First down.
So Brad 1 for 1 in the period, knows the 1-yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal.
And you're right there on the goal line. How close was he, Dad?
Length of the football.
Elliott looking for career touchdown number 49. Coming into the game, Sam 6th in career points. All-time 7th in career touchdowns with 48. Scored 6 times in this game a year ago. 2nd and goal at the 1. They stay with the 3-back set behind Bradley under center. Here's Elliott standing up into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Always a beautiful thing when the tailback can just scamper across the goal line and not even brush up against the defender until he's about 4 or 5 yards.
6 yards, or 6 plays, 53 yards, and the touchdown. Jeffrey Neal on for the extra point, and he boots it through. Out of the hold of Logan Briner, 8:44 to play, opening period. Peter drives down and scores. The Crusaders lead the Orioles 7-0 here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Disaster strikes your home
you guys,
or business.
Can you put
Call
that
your
transmitter
hometown
out the
team.
window
Call
or something?
Phoenix Restoration.
It's not coming in very good.
This is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When the unthinkable hits your home or business, we are here to help. We'll put our patient. We'll help.
Cargill Salt of Hodge is proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create.
Well, something we talked about in the pregame, Augusta has taken deep, long shots down the field here early on in their last couple of games. Let's see if they do that right here.
They've tried to go downfield last 2 times in the first play. They'll put a wing back in motion. They're going to hand off straight ahead. Holt Williams is their big fullback in the middle, senior 6'1", 210. Forward progress there of a yard to the 31. Ben Britton, Sebastian Flower, and others will be featured at the wings tonight. We'll also talk about Sam Price and Caden McDaniel in the passing game. Just a yard there on first down.
Nice job by one of the captains, Tanner Tuschen, coming up and filling the hole.
Right to left go the Orioles. 2nd down and 9. Clock running, 8:09 to play in the first. And quarterback to throw has a man complete at the 50. Running up the field and caught from behind. Kaiser stumbled coming out of the pocket, and then a flag down at the end of the play. Sebastian Flower on the end of that pass all the way up to the Bueller 35, and I have a feeling they may tack on some more here. We'll see. Flag out.
Cody Wisecarver, the safety on that side, guy that got caught flat-footed, was coming up for run support and then was trying to play a game of catch-up. But that's the thing against a team like this that run, and then throws play action every now and then. Got to be aware and ready for those.
The officials talking it over right now. Bueller on the season averaging
personal foul against Augusta.
Oh, wow. Crusaders averaging 6 penalties, 52.5 yards a game. Penalties hurt them on offense last week. But that's huge for that to go the other way after such a big pass play.
Yeah, first penalty of the game being against Augusta. Good to see. I was talking pregame, Augusta's a team that typically commits some personal fouls, so let's see how many they have tonight.
But it was after the play, so the play stands, but the 15 yards listed afterwards.
So we'll move it back to the 50. That pass play went for 39 yards, but then back it up 15. It'll be 1st and 10 from midfield for the Orioles. Single wide receiver split out to the near side of the flex bone, and they'll give it to their fullback. This time in there at fullback is Jacob Barnett, another senior, 6'2", 215, of forward progress to the 49 of the Crusaders.
Patton along with Dalen Coffey teaming up for the stop there for Bueller.
Well, he is almost identical in his build, Barnett is, to Williams at 6'2", 215. 2nd down and 9, clock running, 7:27 to go in the first. Out of the flex. Wing gets it to the far side, gets across the 45.
Nice open field tackle made by Deontay Campbell, the corner on the near far side, having to step up and make the stop. And if you're Augusta, this is the kind of down and distance you like, 3rd and short.
7 yards. Augusta is going to go no huddle here. 3rd down and 2 from the 42. After the carry by Blackwell, quarterback is going to keep it, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down at the 41. It's going to be 4th down and 1.
Great job that time. We talked about him earlier. Cody Wisecarver, the high safety, coming in and helping make the stop and bringing up a big 4th and short for Augusta.
We're talking about Kaiser being such a big quarterback, just like Jace Williams. Jace Williams actually has been having some NFL scouts come and watch his games at Washburn.
That's been exciting. It's the second time I've seen Kaiser kind of stumble as he got started.
Yeah, he kind of one of those runners that, maybe just kind of trying to find his niche.
4th down play here.
Orioles are going to go for it on 4th and 1. They go with 3 wide receivers and the quarterback keeper, and Kaiser sneaks his way up the middle for a first down across the 40 to the 39. So the Orioles will convert on the 4th down against the Crusaders this year. Teams in 4th down situations now 10 of 20.
Yeah, Augusta kind of went with the hard count that time. The Crusaders luckily didn't jump, but was able to get the first down on that quarterback sneak. 6th
play of the drive coming up here from the Bueller 39, 1st and 10 out of the flex offense. And a pitch to the near side is going to be wrapped up in the backfield at the 45 for a loss. Coming across the formation that time, Sebastian Flower got the pitch wrapped up in the backfield back to the 45, a loss of 6.
Great pursuit that time by the outside linebacker, Sam Elliott. Great form tackle, drops him for a loss, and this is what you want to do against Augusta, get him off schedule on down and distance.
And the Orioles going quick no huddle here. Boy, Cooper J, just a sophomore on the right side, 6'3", 270. He's a hoss. And here's Kaiser wanting to throw. He throws off his back foot as he's being wrapped up. Pass complete across the 40, flag out at the end of the play to the 35.
And that's where Kaiser's size really comes into play there, as Cody Wisecarver did a great job of getting in the backfield, was trying to haul him down, but Kaiser's such a big fella that he had enough strength to get it out.
They blitzed the safety that time. The pass complete to Isaiah Blackwell. And I think they're going to wave off the flag.
Amazing strength by the quarterback just to get that pass off.
And they're going to wave off the penalty at the 33. And so it'll be 3rd down again. Is this looking at what, 3rd and 5 here?
Yeah, they still haven't changed our down marker, but it should be 3rd down. You're correct.
Now the white hat over talking to Coach Philbeck. Jason Philbeck in his 7th year, 38 and 34. And a 3rd down and 4 to go for the Orioles from the right hash mark. They'll stay in the flex. And Kaiser with the pitch. Far side, they're going to be short by quite a bit as Isaiah Blackwell on the right side stopped at the 31. Now a big decision for Philbeck. This time they need almost the 28 for a first down. Probably not going to be able to go with the quarterback sneak this time.
They'll be going for it. It's just a matter of what they choose to do, but want to give a shout out there. Bo Van Bruggen doing a good job. Backside defensive end, had enough of a hit on him to knock him down short of the line to gain.
Well, the Orioles previously converted on 4th and 1 on this drive, now facing 4th and 2. 4:36 to play in the opening period. Bueller leading 7-0. Flower goes in motion, quarterback keeper, and Kaiser's going to be right at the first down stick. Looks like he's got it at the 28.
Got a Bueller Dental Care scoreboard update as they get the first down there. El Dorado just took the lead over McPherson 8-7, both teams scoring on their initial possessions.
Well, really, it's been the 2 pass plays on this drive that have kept it alive. Bueller's been able to contain the run, but they've given up those 2 big pass plays. 1st and 10 at the 32 for the Orioles. Down a touchdown here midway through. More than that, our first quarter. And they'll hand it off straight up the middle to the fullback on first down. Forward progress to the 27-yard line. And again, in at fullback is Jacob Barnett for a gain of 2.
Yeah, they ran the bunch set for the first time tonight where they put 2 receivers and a back over on the same side. Didn't run that way, but it'll be interesting to see if they try to run sweeps out of that here in the future.
Barnett came off limping a little bit. He's going to be replaced in the game as they're going to go
empty set here.
Yeah, no backs in the backfield. They go with 4 wide receivers. And Kaiser to throw, hit as he throws, and it's going to be overthrown on this near side intended for Isaiah Blackwell. And again, Buter able to get pressure in the backfield on the quarterback.
Yeah, the Crusaders are bringing the heat from the edges tonight. Augusta goes with such tight splits, you can't really blitz in the interior, but with those tight splits, you have a lot better angle coming off the edge. So big 3rd down. Coach Philbeck really hasn't had to make a decision on 4th down. If the Crusaders can stop him here, he'd be in kind of that no man's land of what to do.
3rd down and 8 from the 26-yard line. They need really the 18 for a 1st down. And the whistle is going to blow the play dead. We're going to have a timeout here. 3:31 left in our opening period. Crusaders with an early score lead 7-0 here on HKFM at the Crusader Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buellard. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at nkcu.com. Features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member-owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buellard and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
Parking lots and driveways can be expensive to install. This is Derek Fees. Let APAC Kansas Shears Division help you properly maintain these investments. Patching, crack filling, sealing, and striping are just some of the services we provide. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
HKFM.
You can hear Coach Coles really coaching up that defense down there on the sideline. So much of the 4-3, they talk about it all the time as being assignment sound. Don't get fooled. Know your role and don't be in the wrong place. So here we go. 3rd down and 8 from the 31. And play action of fake. Kaiser steps up in the pocket, wants to throw, has a man complete to the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal.
A flag is out at the 30, though.
That is Sebastian Flower at the 5-yard line. There's a flag out back near the line of scrimmage.
They maybe had a lineman downfield. Let's see what the officials call here.
Coach Cole says it's got to be holding.
Nope, face mask on the Crusaders.
Face mask penalty called against Buter. That'll be their 1st of the night. It's a 1st down anyway for the Orioles, all the way down to the 5-yard line.
So the first big penalty of the evening on the Crusaders.
Gavin Kaiser now 3 of 4 in the passing game, and with the penalty yardage, they'll mark it all the way down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. This will be the 13th play of this drive coming up here. Started at Augusta's own 30, down to 3:23 to play now in the 1st quarter. Single back behind Kaiser, and a handoff, and nowhere to go for Sebastian Flower as he is stopped for a loss of 2 back to the 4-yard line.
They tried some misdirection that time, but Sam Elliott did a great job staying at home along with McCurdy, and they were able to stop him for a couple-yard loss there. So great job by the Buellor defense not getting fooled there.
Yeah, Sam made the initial contact, and McCurdy finished him off.
It'll be 2nd and goal at the 4. Clock running. We'll go inside 3 minutes to play here in the quarter. Kaiser under center is going to keep it. And straight ahead noses his way to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Good surge. Talked about some of that beef on the Oriole line. 225, 290, 270, 270.
Yeah, when you're combining a 270-pound center along with a 205-pound quarterback, that's half a ton moving to the end zone.
Those are some big birds up there.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 1. Augusta trying to match Buter in their opening drive. Out of the flex, Kaiser keeps it again. I think they're going to stop him short here.
Yeah, great job. The Buellor front 4 doing a great job filling the hole. He's going to get marked short, so big 4th down on the way for Augusta.
Well, interesting, this play now, this drive comes down to a 3rd, 4th down. The Orioles have twice converted on 4th down of this series, and now it's just muscle against muscle.
Yeah, they say it's a game of inches. How many inches is it there from the goal line to the nose of the football?
Less than the length of the football. It's probably about 6 inches at the most.
Who has more beef up front? 4th and goal at the 1. Kaiser fakes, he gets hit. And where do they mark him down? And the far side official signals touchdown on the 16th play of the drive.
I didn't see him break the plane.
That is Gavin Kaiser, the quarterback.
I do not know what he saw.
1:27 to go in the opening period. And the Orioles will come on for the PAT. Try and tie this game up at 7. This is Jeremiah Schaefer from the 10. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up and through, and we have a tie ball game. 1:27 left in our opening period. Your score, Buhler 7, Augusta 7 on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal doesn't sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but our family
I'm
at
right
Johnson
here
Sheet
on the
Metal
goal
became a
line.
Lennox
I have
dealer
no
99
idea
years ago
what
and
that
are still
official thought he
servicing
saw.
and
We
installing
stood him
heating and
up.
air
He
conditioning
wasn't even
systems
close to
in
the goal
Hutchinson
line.
and Reno County. Through 4 generations, our specialty has been the Lennox brand, but we can
it
service
wasn't
other
a woman.
brands just as well. We do metals too, but if you have a heating or air conditioning need, call Johnson Sheet Metal today at 620-662-0224.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
HKFM.
Well, Augusta answers Buhler's opening drive of the game. They go 16 plays and 70 yards from their own 30. A 1-yard touchdown run by Gavin Kaiser. Augusta to kick off. Brock McCurdy and company inside the 15, far side, returnable to the 30, 35-40, 45-50. This is Matthew Eddy at the 40, one man to beat, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
No flag.
And no flags, yes. What a run by Matthew Eddy. He's a guy, anytime as a Crusader fan, he has the ball in his hands. He has the chance to make something special happen, and that's exactly what he did. He kind of slowed down ever so slightly when he hit the hole, but then once he saw it, hit the gas and took it to the house.
Well, two kick returns for the Crusaders, and now a total of about 150-ish yards there and a touchdown. So great special teams work for the beginning of the game for the Crusaders.
All right, where did he haul that in at?
Where it was somewhere inside the 20, correct?
Say around the 15.
So Jeff Neal comes on to give Buhler a 7-point lead again. They get the ball down, a kick up and good. Well, one play, and Buhler special teams answers right back on what is 75, 80-yard return for Matthew Eddy for a touchdown. 14-7 Crusaders, 1:14 to play now in the opening period on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
At Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hutch, we know trucks. Whether it's a half-ton, 3/4 ton, or 1 ton, with a bale bed, hay bed, or flatbed, Allen Samuels and Hutch can customize your next truck to fit your agricultural needs. Stop by today on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th or online at allensamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels is a proud supporter of our community. Come by, let's be friends.
Hi, this is Brett Henry, and for the past 75 years at Adams Brown Barron & Ball, we've served Kansas and America. To celebrate our 75th anniversary, we have rebranded to Adams Brown, Strategic Allies, and CPAs. For more information on our exciting changes, check out adamsbrowncpa.com and see why we are above and beyond.
Hi, this is Dr. Dow Hunt. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
Well, we'll get you the official total on that return. Longest in school history, owned by Riley Allen at 94 yards. Jeff Neal to kick off, low line drive again. It's going to be picked up at the 21, far side.
Holy cow.
And Augusta breaks free to the 50 into Buhler territory, still on his feet inside the 40. And a big special teams runs by both teams tonight as a big return by Ben Britton. One of your old teammates, Chris, has a couple of those longest run records.
Mr. Josh Williamson or Landis Richardson?
Landis Richardson
Okay,
is
yes.
on the list a couple of different times.
Yes,
So,
I can remember one of those kickoff returns Landis had back when we were in high school. But, yeah. Well, right there, hats off to Gavin Patton. He saved our bacon right there. We could have back-to-back kickoff returns.
Augusta, as it is, will start from the Buhler 38 with a short field down 14-7. And they'll hand it off straight up the middle. Nothing there on first down. No gain for Holt Williams.
Great job that time by Jackson Childs, one of the D tackles for Buhler, wrapping up the fullback on that belly give. And just a 1-yard pickup. A good job by Jackson defending those A-gaps.
All Matt Eddy does is score touchdowns.
He is something special. Anytime, like I said, when the ball's in his hands, fellas, I get excited.
14-7, Augusta facing second down and 9 from the 37. And they'll run it straight ahead again. Big surge up front this time all the way down to the 31-yard line, a gain of 6. Augusta's been going no huddle a lot tonight, almost to the 35, facing third down and long 2 here for the Orioles.
They're right on schedule down and distance-wise. They love these third and shorts.
If they get it off, it'll be the last play of the first quarter. I'm not sure they're going to snap the football. They will not before the clock expires. So 1 quarter gone by here in Buhler tonight, and we've got ourselves a game. The Crusaders with a huge kickoff return for a touchdown by Matt Eddy. Lead by a score of 14-7. Second quarter coming up here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Hi, this is Jade with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler, Kansas. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you'll talk to a live person from our offices in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability, or call 620-543-5000 to inquire about our services.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
HKFM.
And welcome back here. 12 minutes to go, first half, as we start a second quarter. And a 14-7 score. Sam Elliott with an opening touchdown run of 1 yard on Buhler's first series of the game. Then Augusta comes right back. They went 16 plays, and Gavin Kaiser with a score. Then Matt Eddy with the touchdown. Now here's a pitch to the outside on 3rd and 2, and Buhler's defense has one of the Campbell brothers right there along with a couple of others to stop at the 30. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, and Buhler's really defending the outside option really well. We had linebackers coming over to help over the top, and had the corners out there to pick up the pitch man. Great defensive effort there, defending it.
Tanner Tushton and Deontay Campbell working, and that is going to bring up another 4th down. El Dorado, or make that Augusta, has not converted on 3rd down in this game. They are 0 for 4, and power move up the middle on 3rd down. It's going to be very close, down at the 29-yard line. I don't think they got it.
Yeah, that time the fullback, Jacob Barnett, just tried to ramrod his quarterback, Gavin Kaiser, across the line, but it's all about that official spot on the far side.
And I don't know if Kaiser was trying to, if he fumbled or what, but the ball went about 20 yards back to the logo, maybe a lateral.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs. They're going to stop him less than a yard short. So for the first time tonight,
an empty possession.
The Orioles not able to convert. They had been 3 for 3 on 4th downs. They will not convert here. And Buhler's offense will take over.
They brought in big old Trevor Cooper to plug up the line of scrimmage, and he got involved and shoved him backwards.
11:16 to go. Buhler from their own 29. First possession of the second quarter. Here's Sam up the middle with a big hole to the 40. Runs for 11 yards. And so far tonight, Sam Elliott, when he touches the ball, has been pretty much able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, they are doing a great job of protecting him, and he's able to hit the line of scrimmage with a lot of gusto. And really, I mean, he's getting upfield before he's even getting a hand put on him by Augusta.
Down to 10:58 to go in the half. Buhler leading 14-7. They've got the ball marching from their own 40, right to left. Brad Neal will be out of the gun with Elliott to his left. They go with a bunch formation, 3 receivers to the left side. Here's Brad with the pitch to Dalen Coffey to the far side. Gets across the 45 and up to the 48-yard line. That goes for a gain of 8.
A little misdirection that time. They faked the pitch to Sam here on the near side, and they had Coffey, one of the up-backs, cut back across, and great call on first down. Really caught Augusta off guard, and 8-yard pickup for Dalen.
Was that a shovel pass?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That would actually count as a forward pass, Aaron. So Mr. Neal padding his completion percentage there.
Little new wrinkle, something that coach doesn't obviously use very often. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Back to the traditional line with 2 wide receivers. Play action. Brad rolling out to his left. Throws on the run. Caught at the 40 and out of bounds. And that is Tanner Tustin on the catch for a first down.
Nice little bootleg that time out here to the left-hand side, and a great heads-up play made that time by the Crusaders. Jackson Childs, he was the pulling guard that was out here on the near side, made sure he didn't go upfield, and a great delivery that time by Bradley Neal to Tanner Tustin for the first down.
Perfect spot for Bradley Neal to put it just right on the back shoulder. You really didn't have any time to put it anywhere else, scrambling on the left.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. That pass goes for 13. 2nd catch of the year for Tanner Tustin. They'll put Cameron Campbell in motion. Sam Elliott somehow saves what would have been a huge loss. Hit initially 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage and manages to get back to 40 for only a loss of 1.
Yeah, that's one of those kind of hidden yardage plays where Sam's going to get negative yards on that play, but he saved about 4 yards for the Crusaders as he was swallowed up. That Augusta defense really keying on him.
Cameron Campbell's going to stay in the game at wide receiver. Dalen Coffey, Matthew Eddy also checked back into the game. And we're going to go with the 2 wings. And Neal out of the gun. Elliott to his right will carry across the formation. Very patient, sneaks his way up to the 45-yard line is where they're going to mark it down.
Yeah, 36.
36, I'm sorry. Almost to the 35.
Yeah, you talked about the patience that time. Sam Elliott waited till Wesley Miller could get the block thrown downfield, put his hand right on his back, was able to cut off that block and get it all the way up to the 36.
Just Bueller's 2nd third down try of the night. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 35. They need the 29 for a first down. 4 wide receivers, including 3 to the right side of the formation. Brad out of the gun. Elliott in the backfield, standing at the 42, his left. Lots of time to throw. Caught at the 30. It's going to be a first down, 25. And down to near the 21-yard line. Move the sticks. Brad is now 3 for 3 in the passing game.
Great pass that time to Bo Van Bruggen. He set up right near the line to gain. Caught it over his shoulder and was able to pick up some yak after the catch. And I tell you what, Bradley Neal throwing a good ball this evening, fellas.
He's just so patient, and unlike last year, he was rushed, off balance, but this year being able to trust the line, just the patience is amazing.
That'll go for 13. Bo Van Bruggen had a career night last week, receiving with those 4 catches for 45 yards. Peter 2 of 2 on 3rd down. 1st and 10 here from the 22. Out of the eye, back to Elliott. Running right inside the tackles. Nothing fancy, just straight ahead. Down to the 15, still on his feet. Taking the entire Oriole defense with him down to the 13.
It looked like he was down. He went to hand and shot forward for another 5 yards.
How many pounds of Oriole is he carrying? Has just willed himself forward.
Well, there's an old-fashioned drill where you have backs run 5 yards, put their hand down on the yard line, spin around, and continue running. That it's really an old-school drill. I mean, that was that drill to perfection right there for Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he should have picked up 4 yards. He got 9 instead.
Peter started this drive with their own 29. 8th play coming up as it's 2nd down and about a yard from the 13. And they'll come near side. That is Cameron Campbell on the sweep.
Touchdown. What a block by Sam Elliott, too. He absolutely obliterated the Oriole who was about to stop Campbell. And great job by Sam. He's unselfish, throwing blocks for his teammates. And Mr. Campbell crosses the goal line for the first time tonight.
Cameron Campbell showed some great strength as he carried a couple Orioles into the end zone.
You know, they're consistent once or twice a game in running that sweep. And easily the best result out of that this year is the touchdown. The extra point is up. And Jeffrey kicks it through again, and Buhler takes a 2-score lead into the mid-second quarter. 6:55 left, 21-7. Buhler over Augusta here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. At Buhler Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdalDDS@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
At H&R Block, we can file your return by October 15th. Avoid a late filing penalty and get every credit and deduction you're entitled to. Drop in and stay, or drop off and go, or call 662-5321 at H&R Block, Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
HKFM.
6:55 left here in the opening half, and Buhler with a 21-7 lead. And that's where now this flexbone offense can really get stretched when they get behind. Well, Kaiser, he's had success in the passing game tonight. Will he pass more? Neal with a high kickoff. It's fumbled at the 15. Orioles will pick it up and all the way back to the 10-yard line. Not going to have a big return this time, as on that catch, the ball fumbled by Ben Britton, and he's tackled back inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 13-yard line.
And great job by junior Luca Gotti coming flying down the field, making that special teams tackle. Nice to be able to call that young man's name for the first time in a varsity football game.
This feels like a spot that's important for the Orioles here, down 21-7.
It is incredibly important for Augusta, because if they fell down 3 scores, that might be a bridge too far for the Orioles.
First and 10 from the 13 out of the flex bone, going left to right. Having Kaiser under center. And a handoff stood up at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And that is the fullback Jacob Barnett on the play, who's slow to get up.
Childs, Rowland, and Tustin in on the stop. Sounds like a law firm there, but a great job, the Crusaders. I tell you what, guys, this is one of those nights, I don't want to jinx this, but things are clicking. Defensively, we're ready to go. Offensively, things are just clicking. I mean, we haven't hardly had a play go for negative yards, and really Augusta hasn't had any big plays other than that one pass play back in the first.
Black Knight defense is starting to feel it.
Second and 10 from the 13. Kaiser hands off, and this time on the carry, it's going to be Sebastian Flower, who gets forward progress of 6 up to the 19, running to the left. And that's going to set up a 3rd down and 5.
Tustin and Weiscarver in on the stops. But for Augusta, now they've got a little bit more manageable 3rd down. But with it going under 6 minutes and Augusta deep in their own territory, they are desperate to try to keep this drive alive and at least improve their field position.
They have yet to convert on 3rd down here, 3rd and 5, wanting to pass. They had an open man on the near side, but overthrown, intended for Sebastian Flower, incomplete. And that'll set up a 4th down. You got to figure the O's have to punt here.
Yeah, it's a punting situation, but a well drawn up play that time as Flowers went out to the right and then just hit the Jets. It looked like a swing pass, but Kaiser just overthrew him.
Kaiser was feeling the heat. He didn't have a lot of time.
Back at the 19, it'll be 4th down and 4, and they'll have to punt it away. Kaiser, the quarterback, nobody back for the Crusaders, so the Orioles will down it back in Buhler territory at the 43-yard line. So 2 straight drives by Augusta where they have been forced to give up the football. That is big for Buhler. And plenty of time on this 2nd quarter clock with just 5:33 left. They have plenty of time. Remember, they scored a touchdown with 2 seconds left on the clock last week. From their own 43. Touchdown runs tonight by Sam Elliott and Cameron Campbell. The kickoff return for a score by Matthew Eddy. They'll start out of the I, 1st and 10. Brad Neal under center, takes it from Ellis. And the handoff. Elliott trying to bounce to the far side of the field. And forward progress of a yard up to the 44-yard line.
That's a good night at the office when one of your worst plays is still a gain. But Buhler, with just 5:15 left to go here in the second half, really can take their time, try to burn clock. And but if you're Augusta, it's really kind of do or die time because they cannot allow Buhler to go up 3 scores.
Yeah, Buhler has all 3 of their timeouts left.
Still 5 minutes, 2 seconds left here before halftime. Buhler will stay in the I formation on 2nd down and 9. Single receiver to the near side. They're going to put Brock McCurdy in motion. Right to left across the formation. Pitch play to the near side. Sam Elliott gets a block on the edge, but then gets taken down across the 45 at the 46-yard line. Looking at about 3rd and 7 here.
And Sam is so strong. I mean, he drug a couple of those defenders. Augusta really did a nice job that time on pursuit as they had guys all around him as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage as he tried to hit the corner.
Once again, though, it's still a gain of 2.
Well, rare 3rd down try. Buhler 2 of 2 here in this opening half. They'll go to a spread look with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side. Matthew Eddy, the lone guy to the near side. Actually, that's Moeller. Neal rolling right and caught up at the 41-yard line, far side of the field. That is Brock McCurdy.
Great job by McCurdy coming back to the ball. Was underthrown a little bit, but McCurdy did a great job coming back. And I believe Bradley Neal, is he 100% throwing the football tonight?
He is 3 for 3.
I tell you what, anytime you have that kind of a night throwing the football, it feels good. And a great big 3rd down conversion gives Buhler a fresh set of downs under 4 minutes to go here in this first half.
Brock McCurdy goes for 14 there. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Augusta 40. They stay out of the I. Double tight set this time. Brad under center. Takes the snap. Here's Elliott up the middle. Shoots the gap. And forward progress up to the 36-yard line. So Sam will pick up 4 on 1st down.
Nice run on 1st down. Buhler pulling some guards and trying to mix things up, pummeling away. But the neat thing about this running, guys, we are running right at Augusta's defense, and there's nothing more demoralizing to a defense than when an offense is just running right at you.
And Sam's running, he's so patient. I went back and saw some film last week, and oh my goodness, it's just textbook.
Colin Rowland checks out of the game. Brock McCurdy returns the single receiver to the left side with Brad out of the gun on 2nd down and 5. Looking over the middle of the field, Brock open, but the ball thrown just a bit low and behind him. And incomplete. Brad's first incompletion of the night brings up 2nd down. You know, I was talking about the touchdown play at the end of the first half last week. Coach Warner had called a run play to set up the field goal. And at the line of scrimmage, Brad Neal called an audible and threw the fade down the sideline to Eddy.
Yeah, when he saw the single coverage, Matthew Eddy is not a guy as a defender you want to be in single coverage with.
Yeah, they did not pull the safety over to help. And so 1-on-1. 3rd down and 5 here from the 35. Brad to throw. Scrambling to his left. Throws on the run. It's Matthew Eddy for a 1st down inside the 20, inside the 15, and hit out of bounds near the 11-yard line.
And great job by Bradley Neal keeping the play alive with his feet. He rolled to his left, was patient, saw Eddy right underneath, dumped it off to him, and Eddy did a great job of weaving through the defenders and a good downfield block thrown by Brock McCurdy there to help cap it off.
Well, anytime is Eddy time. He is just so reliable for this team, defense and offense.
And Buhler with a great position, we can get a 1st down and we don't have to score here.
He goes for 24. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the I formation, 2.5 ticks left. Here's Elliott scrambling to the 5, to the goal line, to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Well, Tyler, you were talking about it, just how patient that Sam Elliott is. He was waiting, following his blocks, and was able to just scurry his way into the end zone right down Broadway.
And now with this score, it really hurts Augusta the way that their flex bone offense being up 3 scores.
The only bad thing is Bueller scored too quickly.
2:27 left. Sam uses his hips about as well as any running back you'll see at this level. And the kick is up and good. And Bueller extends it to a 3-score lead. 2:27 left before half. 28-7 on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
A piece of metal or an angle for a small project or a complete fabrication project done, call us at Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson. We know metal. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and my family has been in business for 99 years. With a huge stock of different sheets, shapes of steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum, Johnson Sheet Metal has what you need. We cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications, and can make your ag replacement panels too. Call us today. Johnson Sheet Metal, 620-662-0224.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Hutchinson, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Sheila Metzger, agent at the Sheila Metzger Agency. Call me at 665-0400 and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
American Family Insurance.
HKFM.
Well, apparently rivaling the remember the 80s, Be Like Mike, anytime is Eddie time.
I think my neighbor Chad Gilbert, though, is going to trademark that, Tyler, before you can tonight.
2:27, it'll be Britton to return from the 15 to the near side and stood up at the 20. He'll fall forward to the 22. That's where the O's will take over on offense.
Another special team tackle made by Luca Gotti. Good to see some of these guys starting to contribute on the varsity level.
Well, it was another Matthew Eddy play. The touchdown returned off the kickoff. Hard not to make that our Schmidt Electric spark of the game tonight as he goes nearly 80 yards across the field to score. Be sure your project will be done right the first time. Over 15 years of experience. Schmidt Electric got spark. Orioles from their own 22. 2:22 left in the second. And here is an inside handoff and not much there. The Orioles out of that flex bone. That time it's Sebastian Flower to the 24 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, the Crusader defense right now, what you don't want to do is give up anything big to Augusta and not give them any sort of momentum going into that locker room.
There has to be some play on Eddie money too, right?
Take me home tonight.
Yeah. To the house. 2nd and 8. Clock running inside. 1:50 to go in the half. The fake, the Flower, and Kaiser's going to be wrapped up back at the 15. Boy, he's so tough to bring down. But the Crusaders, Bo Van Bruggen, a little bit more of an opposing, and a timeout. Bo Van Bruggen, a little bit more of an opposing defender for Kaiser, and he's able to wrestle him to the ground.
Yeah, Bo is a good matchup for the Crusaders as Bo is 210 pounds, so he weighs just a little bit more than Kaiser. But I like what Coach Warner's doing here, burning the timeouts here. This really puts an insane amount of pressure on Augusta because if they don't convert here, Bueller's going to get the ball back with a chance to score yet again in this first half.
Well, here's the thing. It's 3rd and long on their own about 16. So if they don't convert at least 10 yards here, it's going to be hard to go for it.
They're going to put 1:37 on the clock here. So talking about Bo Van Bruggen, he came into the night, Bo did, with 186 career tackles. And he has had a solid career for the Crusaders defensively. And the last couple of weeks, he's played an important role in the offense at the tight end spot.
Yeah, Bueller's got a lot of too-tight look, and Bo's doing a good job on the offensive side, doing a great job catching the ball as well as blocking, but he's just one of those big-bodied kids that knows the game of football and plays physical.
Well, his nickname in school ball, he was always number 75, huge Steelers fan, so we always called him Mean Bo Green.
All right, with the loss back to the 16, it's going to be 3rd down. And 16 for the Orioles. They have not converted a 3rd down of this half, 0 for 4. The big sack of the quarterback there. Kaiser with the fake being chased on the screen play. And Bueller's going to blow that up at the 15-yard line. The pass to Holt Williams, but the Crusader defense right there to snuff it out.
Call and roll, and the linebackers, it's their job to be the screen killers. He stayed at home and was there to lasso the up back that got the reception. And now Buhler burning their second timeout with $1:30 left, and Augusta's going to punt away and give Buhler a short field here.
Well, we talked about getting off the field, the importance of that. Opponents against the Crusaders coming into the night, just 33% on third down. Orioles are 0 for 5. That's a stat that will stick. You can put up as many yards as you want in between the two red zones, but if you can't convert at some point on third down.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx us here, but this first half, fellas, I feel like this has been the most complete half Buhler's played offensively and defensively this entire season.
Of course, we got another half to play here tonight, but we all know what's waiting next week.
It's going to be tough because dealing with two flexbone offenses and also a run-heavy offense with Winfield the last 3 weeks, and then spread offense with McPherson, it's going to be tough for the secondary to be able to transition from that.
All right, it's Eddie time, fellas.
Eddie is always ready.
All right. Here's the punt on a 4th and 15, 1:28 left, and Matthew's going to have to retreat. He'll just get out of the way of it. And an Oriole will down it near the 42. So the Orioles, after scoring on their opening drive, turnover on downs, punt. And now Buhler with 1:21 left. Bradley Neal, who's 4 of 5 in the passing game tonight. First and 10 from their own 41.
Talking about the opponent of next week, a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. A shootout going on down at BG Product Stadium in El Dorado. McPherson clinging to a 28-24 lead over El Dorado in the second.
Crusaders have one timeout left here.
Chance to operate the 2-minute offense here for Buhler.
Well, it worked to perfection last week right before the end of the half. 4 wide receivers. Elliott the lone back with Neal out of the gun. Brad to throw, being chased out of the pocket to the near side, finds his tight end, and Bo not able to hold on.
Nice defensive play made by Peyton Lewis as he stripped it out of the hands of Bo Van Bruggen there, but clock stops on the incompletion, bringing up 2nd and 10 with 1:13 left to go here in the second.
That's one of those tough incompletes that goes against the quarterback's record, but Brad made the throw he needed to there. Just a better defensive play by the Orioles.
Yeah, he initially had quite a bit of time in the pocket, but then eventually there was some pressure and he was flushed to his left and made a good throw, but nice play, like we said, made by Peyton Lewis.
Yeah, Bruggen had it, but the ball got knocked loose.
All right, it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 41. They stay with 4 wide receivers, and Brad out of the gun. They keep Elliott back for pass or for blitz defense. Boy, he hits Brock McCurdy on the hands at the 40 of Augusta. And McCurdy couldn't hold on. A lot of traffic in the area, and maybe Brock felt the heat there that time as he couldn't hold on.
Yeah, Chase Pfeiffer was right there, the corner, one of the seniors on that Augusta defense, kind of making contact right as the ball got there, but great delivery by Mr. Neal there.
Once again, it was a great throw by Bradley. I don't think there's been a bad throw all night. Well, actually, except his first completion, but he's been very accurate.
All right, he put that right on the numbers to McCurdy, right where it needed to be. This will be 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped, 1:07 to play here in the second quarter. Crusaders up 28-7. Brad to throw. Near sideline, complete. Is he inbounds? Yes, and a 1st down.
Great job by the receiver on the far side. It's so far away over there.
It's Eddie.
Matthew Eddy on the catch. Forward progress to the 48 of Augusta. So they convert on 3rd down. They're still perfect on 3rd down tonight. And Brad, after those 2 incompletions, finds Eddy on the far sideline.
And any coach in the country will take 100% on 3rd down completions.
1st and 10 at the 43, 1:02 to go in the half. They stay with 4 wide receivers. Brad, low snap, digs it up off the turf. Scrambling out of the pocket, being pressured on the run as he throws off the fingertips. Brock McCurdy coming to the near sideline at the 40. Tried to reach out and haul that in, but just a little bit too out far in front off his fingertips.
Still a good throw by Neal, because if you're going to throw the ball to the sideline, you want to throw it where the only guy that can make a play on it is your receiver. He threw it out in front of the receiver, and just a little too much mustard on it for McCurdy to haul it in, but clock stops on the incompletion with 55 seconds left to go first half.
He needed those stretch arms like Mrs. Incredible.
I thought you were going to say like Inspector Gadget, Aaron.
The Goo Goo Gadget arms. 2nd down and 10 with the clock stopped.
Tyler doesn't know what we're talking about.
Nope.
4 wide receiver look on 2nd down. Brad, plenty of time in the pocket this time, unloads in the middle of the... Touchdown! Holy cow! And guess who?
I'm sorry, I lost my headset there, fellas.
Anytime is anytime. What a catch.
He beat the 2 defenders in double coverage and was able to haul it across the goal line. What a play made by Mr. Eddie.
Double coverage. Brad Neal unloads a perfect throw and a highlight reel catch from Matt Eddy.
Wow.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Tonight is the Crusaders' night.
Wow. 48 yards. Jeff Neal punches it through. 45 seconds to go in the half, and we're going to get ourselves back together here. 35-7, Crusaders up on HKFM of the Crusaders Sports Network.
Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buhler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buhler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
HKFM.
Don't blame you. Well, there's a couple of things here that Buhler has scored 28 unanswered, number 1. Number 2, Jeff Neal has this week and last week now 9 of 9 on PATs. So whatever issue they were having getting the ball snapped and set for Jeff, appears that they've got that taken care of.
And that's really big for the Crusaders, because a team that's trying to make a run at the state title game, you know, being good on PATs and field goals is going to be something that could be the difference.
You just can't leave points on the field.
And it seemed like it was the difference during the Andover Central game.
No doubt, no doubt.
35-7. Buhler has scored 28 unanswered, a 48-yard touchdown pass from Brad Neal to Matt Eddy in double coverage. Eddy hauls it in. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the photographer for Hutch News has got 3 unbelievable pictures of that catch.
And here's the kickoff, and upended near the 30.
And all Luca Gotti does is make tackles on kickoffs. That's his 3rd tackle tonight on kickoffs. Coach Warner giving him a big old hug.
Ben Britton returns it to the 31. Augusta with 2 timeouts and 43 seconds left on the clock.
Sorry, I'm so excited for Luca Gotti. He's one of the kids I coached in youth football, and so I've known him since he was in 2nd grade, and so great to see him having a big night.
Well, it's kind of tough because the receiving core is old. They're all pretty much all seniors besides Eddie, and so they don't get a lot of experience on varsity just because of the experience there already is.
1st and 10, Orioles at the 31 out of the flex offense. Down 28 and a big run up the middle. One of the bigger runs of the night for the Orioles. It goes for 9. That is Barnett on the carry to the 40 on 1st down.
An interesting situation here if Coach Philbeck decides to use any of his timeouts to try to gin up some offense here before the break.
Well, your D-backs really got to be on their toes here. The quarters, Cameron and Deontay Campbell. Here's Kaiser being flushed out of the pocket and being chased to the far sideline. He'll get out of bounds.
Oh, no, and they're going to get us with a late hit.
A late hit, possibly, as a flag comes in at the end at the 43.
And that's really a tough break for the Crusaders. Sam Elliott was over there, nearly had him lassoed, but then right at the last second, Tanner Tushton was there in good pursuit and just barely kind of just reached out and touched him.
Well, that's so hard because you teach, you know, you want those guys to be aggressive. You teach them to fly to the football, and
But he didn't hit him. I mean, literally, guys, I'm gonna demonstrate this, Aaron. He did this.
Please don't demonstrate a late hit on me.
It literally, he put his hand out, and just because
Aaron, that wouldn't hurt.
he put his hand out and touched him, but because it was on the Augusta sideline and because it's right before the half, they get the call. But yeah, not a dirty play there by Mr. Touchton. But now the Crusaders, basically, Augusta's got 2 cracks at the end zone. Bueller's just got to hold tough here and not let anything happen.
And that's one of the controversies right now in the NFL with late hits and as well as roughing the passer, as what kind of aggressiveness can you have?
All right, that penalty, it ends up going 18 yards to the Bueller 42. It'll be 1st and 10 there. And
Augusta just took timeout.
Augusta's going to burn a timeout. A lot of scores to get to coming up at halftime at our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard. Monty Cross, the chairman of the Bueller Frolic Committee, will join us at halftime coming up as well. Full day of activities tomorrow. Crusader football here on HKFM tonight at the Crusader Sports Network, brought to you in part by Ray & Sons Roofing, by Cargill Salt, also by the Sheila Metzger Agency, by the Medicine Shop, and by the Midwest Iron and Metal. Been a little bit of a different week. Our teachers here in the 313 district, as it's been, of course, parent-teacher conferences. Us dads were widows this week as our wives spent a little extra time at the school, and always appreciate our teachers and all they do.
Yep, it's education for the last 3 years across the country has been a different look, and yeah, they do some work.
1st and 10 here from the Bueller 43. And Kaiser back to pass. Pressure by Van Bruggen. Going to hit him and bring him down. And a second big hit by Big Bo tonight. Back at the 44 and a loss of 2.
Augusta's going to be forced to burn their final timeout of the half. Great job by Van Bruggen with another quarterback sack. Also assisting at the last second, Tanner Touchton.
Well, I feel like you could put BVB on a bumper sticker too, huh?
Well, Meanbo Green is having a game tonight right now.
Well, in football, guys, it is a game of momentum, and definitely all the momentum in the world has been wearing maroon and black and white this evening.
I'm kind of looking forward to talking to Coach at halftime.
Yes, this will be one of those fun interviews.
Yeah, I think he might be in a better mood tonight.
And first sack of the season for Bo Van Bruggen, the senior defensive end up front. He and Dalen Coffey, Patton, Childs, and we've seen several others rotate in. Jones, Redenbaugh, and in the last couple of little weeks, a little bit of Trevor Cooper in the middle of that defensive line.
So, all right, Bueller defenders, you got 4 ticks on the clock. All you got to do is keep them this side of the goal line.
A little prevent defense here. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Kaiser flag out on the play. Incomplete inside the 5 on the far side of the field. As the clock runs to 0, if that flag is on the offense, the half will be over.
Good job by the Bueller defender over there on the far sideline. I believe that was Javon Ostrom. He did a great job of just being in the way of the receiver to disrupt the route, but didn't make any contact.
It looks like they're going to have an untimed down here.
Half cannot be over on a defensive penalty.
Had an encroachment on the Crusaders. Oh. So 5 yards will be given back to Augusta, but more importantly for them, they get one more crack at the end zone. And with how well the first half has gone, you do not want Augusta to score on the final play of the half.
So that pushes the ball back to the 44, and then they'll mark the penalty off from there to the 39-yard line. Third penalty of the half on the Crusaders.
Nothing deep, nothing cheap here, fellas.
And so it'll be 2nd down with no time on the clock. And Kaiser to throw, pressure off the edges, scrambling up in the pocket, throws in double coverage, and it's going to be batted down, incomplete. And that will get us to halftime. 28 unanswered, scored by the Crusaders to finish the half. And a big lead, 35-7 here over the Crusaders, over the Orioles at halftime. Sam Elliott with 2 rushing touchdowns. Cameron Campbell with a
first half of football,
touchdown.
Coach.
It was a great half. The kids played very, very well. I mean, the opening drive. and the long pass from Bradley to Matthew was a beautiful thing, and offense is taking control of everything. Very pleased with the kids.
All right, a big first half for the Crusaders. Coach with some happy comments there.
Thanks, Coach.
35-7 here at halftime. Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Johnson Sheet Metal, by the Prairie Bank of Kansas, by the Buter Roundtable, by Idea Tech, and by Wifco Steel Products. Our Peter High Marching Band performing here at halftime. They've got 4 big competitions on the road coming up in the next 4 weeks. And, of course, they'll be performing with the middle school band combined, I believe, tomorrow in the Buter Frolic Parade. Lots to talk about, including a visit with our Buter Frolic Committee here at halftime next. 35-7. We've been live tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Hutch. Come by, let's be friends. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
Stay tuned for tonight's Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, serving Central Kansas since 1886. Coming up, an in-depth look at Crusader athletics and activities with This Week in Crusader Sports.
Prairie Bank of Kansas is a local bank with local concerns. You'll find us in the heart of the community, helping wherever we're needed. We enjoy working with local schools to help promote activities like sports and extracurricular learning. We hope you support these valuable activities too. We'll be right here with you. Visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson, or check us out online at prairiebankks.com. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
Steve here from Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Routine maintenance of your car ensures that it will deliver the performance that you need and expect. Make sure your vehicle is ready for that next road trip by scheduling a visit today. The better you take care of your car, the better it will take care of you. Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. We're here when you need us.
Fall favorites are back at Jackson Meat, just in time for the cool fall air. Be sure to try our new caramel dips, peach jam, and gourmet popcorn. Pair these fall favorites with our fresh meats for a one-stop shopping experience. Shop locally with us at Jackson Meat in Hutchinson.
Well, Aaron Weiss back here at halftime. It's Frolic Weekend in Buhler, and joined now by Monty Cross. Good to have you, buddy. It's
we're excited to be kicking off Frolic this weekend.
Yeah, you guys had a tailgate tonight.
We did. It was nice. It was a nice turnout. I got to talk to some of the past champions. That's our theme this year, Return of the Champions. We're celebrating our individual and state team champions from the past, 53 teams. It's really cool just to see everybody here.
A little bit of a slimmed-down version this year, but I know that a lot of those favorite events that people look forward to will be there. So
yeah, we kick off bright and early tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. The pancake feed starts at the Buhler Mennonite Brethren Church. Their youth group is doing a pancake feed from 7 to 10, so that's an early start. And then Buhler Singers is also starting pretty early tomorrow. They have a blanket volleyball tournament going on that starts at 8:30, and I had to ask them what a blanket volleyball tournament was, and
lots of great events like food vendors and the double parade.
Yep, our food vendors are going to open up at 9. We're also going to do bingo tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We're always looking for something to kind of fill that void from 9 to 11 before the parade starts. And bingo seems to be one of our big hits. And so we're going to do bingo in the morning. So from 9 to 10:30 for $5 a card, you can buy a bingo card. And we've got some really awesome prizes. And then the blackout special at the end of bingo at 10:30, however many cards we sell, we're going to take half of that money, and that's going to be the prize for the blackout. So we have 100 cards to sell, so there's potentially a $250 blackout prize for whoever makes that bingo tomorrow morning.
And then after the parade, how about the afternoon?
We have inflatables coming for the kids that will start at noon. This year, we are going to have a money scramble at 1:30, so we're going to make a little bit of a pit with some straw bales, and Mid-Kansas Credit Union is going to donate money, and we're going to throw it out in the straw, and we're going to have kids go out there in different age groups and scramble for money. So that's going to be kind of fun to watch and probably a little messy, but we'll send the kids home after that. So, they can be itchy and all that fun stuff from the dust. We have musical entertainment all throughout the afternoon. Bueller Singers is going to be singing. Andrew Penrose is coming to sing. We have Forgiven. That always seems to be a community favorite. That's going to be coming and singing. And then we'll wrap up the afternoon at 3:30 with our raffle drawing. And then our evening event, the Bueller Police Department is sponsoring a dinner and a dance. So 5 o'clock, they're going to have a community meal. Everybody's welcome to come out to that and share in that fun. And then if you're not much of a dancer, you can sit and watch the kids dance. But
all right, man. Well, thanks for all you do.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hope it's a fun weekend. And
it's always a tiring weekend. It's a lot of work, but we make it through it, and we always look forward to the next year.
Sounds good. Thanks, Monty.
Yep, we'll see you.
It's Monty Cross with the Bueller Frolic. Check it out downtown. Activities going on starting at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll bring you analysis and break down the numbers from tonight's game. Stream HKFM right to your phone with the Ad Astra radio app. Your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Dr. Ediger genuinely cares about his patients. He knows his stuff. He is easygoing and makes you feel really comfortable. It can sometimes be intimidating going to the dentist. He does everything he can to ease your worries, especially with the kids.
Hi, this is Dr. Corey Ediger, inviting you and your family to call me at 663-9136. That's 663-9136. Or stop by my office on East 30th to make an appointment today at Ediger Family Dental.
Where patients come first.
At Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hutch, we know trucks. Whether it's a half-ton, 3/4 ton, or 1 ton, with a bale bed, hay bed, or flatbed, Allen Samuels and Hutch can customize your next truck to fit your agricultural needs. Stop by today on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th or online at allensamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels is a proud supporter of our community. Come by, let's be friends.
HKFM.
And back here at halftime, our Bueller High School Marching Band. You can hear them in the background performing down on the field, and you can see them tomorrow at Bueller Frolic as we recap our first half here. Brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years. Online at AdamsBrownCPA.com. Bueller scores on their opening drive of the half. 6 plays, 53 yards, and a 1-yard Sam Elliott touchdown run to make it 7-0. Augusta put together an impressive first drive as well. They converted 3 4th downs, 16 plays, and a 1-yard touchdown run by quarterback Gavin Kaiser made it 7-7 with a 1:27 to play. 16 plays, 70 yards. And Matthew Eddy with our spark of the game comes right back on a TD return on a kickoff for a touchdown. Goes nearly 80 yards. We'll get the official number here in just a minute. And from there, Bueller 28 unanswered. They go up 14-7. Sweet toss to Cameron Campbell for 13 yards with 6:55 to go in the second quarter, makes it 21-7. And Sam Elliott with an 11-yard touchdown run makes it 28-7. With about 2:22 to go. Bueller one last drive. They had it at their own 41. 1:21 left on a 3rd down play from the Augusta 48. Double coverage. Touchdown pass to Matt Eddy, who hauls it in the end zone to make it 35-7 with about 43 seconds left in the half. 35-7 our score. Christopher at halftime and some of those first half totals.
Fun to talk about numbers like this. Total offense tonight in the first half. Bueller outgaining Augusta 240-69. Bueller averaging over 9 yards a play, 9.2 yards a play compared to Augusta's 2.2. Through the air tonight for Bradley Neal, a great night. 7 of 11 for 144 yards and 1 TD. Compared that to Gavin Kaiser, he's 3 of 7 for 34 yards, no touchdowns. On the ground, Bueller with the decided advantage, 96 rushing yards compared to Augusta's 35. Taking a look at the individual rushing statistics, Sam Elliott has 13 carries for 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cameron Candle has that 113-yard touchdown run, and Dalen Coffey with the 1 8-yard carry. For Augusta, leading rusher at the half is Jacob Barnett. He has 5 carries for 13 yards. And then also tonight, Holt Williams, he has 11 carries for just 10 yards. Individual receiving numbers for the Crusaders, big night for Matthew Eddy. 4 catches for 104 yards and a TD. Brock McCurdy has the 1 catch for 14. Tanner Tustin has the 1 catch for 13. And Bo Van Bruggen has the 1 catch for 13.
All right, and a huge 35-7 lead here at the half, and those 75 yards for Sam Elliott move him past Dalton Brown, the all-time career rushing yards category, now 5th all-time, inching his way up to that pillar of Buhler great running backs, and he passes Dalton Brown, who was another really good one tonight. 35-7 at the half. And more of our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report coming up here on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Find Prairie Bank of Kansas online at prairiebankks.com. The Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report continues with tonight's This Week in Crusader Sports. Follow our Crusader football coverage on the sports page at adastraradio.com.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. October is a fun time at your 30th Street Daylight Donuts. Pumpkin spice, apple spice, and all your favorite fall flavor donuts are here. Daylight Donuts are always a perfect way to celebrate or say thank you. Order ahead for bigger orders and we'll have it all boxed up and ready to go. In fact, you can place your order right now at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Happy fall, y'all, from your 30th Street Daylight Donuts.
Hi, this is Buhler head football coach Steve Warner. If you'd like to stay connected with what's going on within our program, I'd like to invite you to sign up for the Buhler Football Weekly Roundtable. It's a newsletter emailed weekly to Buhler High School football supporters. To sign up for the Football Weekly Roundtable, just send an email to crusadersrt@gmail.com. That's crusadersrt@gmail.com.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
And welcome back. The Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report continuing here from Crusader Stadium tonight. This week in Crusader Sports, varsity golf teed off Monday at the Andale Invite at Cherry Oaks Golf Course. The Lady Crusaders won the tournament, shooting a .373, their lowest mark of the season. Andale finished 14 strokes back in second. Callie Cooper's 87 placed her in second, while Taylor Hummel was 7th and Brooke Miller 9th. On Tuesday, JV placed second at the Pretty Prairie Invite, with Sloan Atkins and Morgan Carson each posting top 10 scores. Next week, JV hits the links for their league meet on Monday at Heston, while varsity travels to league in El Dorado on Tuesday. In Lady Crusader tennis Tuesday, the varsity squad earned their 4th team title on the season, finishing first at the Kingman Invitational. On the doubles side, Tegan Nickel and Kaylee Hamby topped the leaderboard in number 1 doubles, while Sienna Douglas and Jaden Gillette placed 3rd in number 2 doubles. Kendall Burney finished 3rd at number 2 singles, while Casey Leal won her bracket in number 1 singles. Leal now owns a 17-7 record on the season. Tyler Adams spoke with the senior following the win.
Casey, a couple days ago, you guys went to the Kingman Invitational. You took first, the team took first, and no one placed lower than 3rd place. How did you play overall, and how do you feel like your team did?
Overall, I played pretty decent. It was just a matter of trying to play with the wind because it was pretty windy. But we overcame the wind, and we all played great, and it was just a good experience.
You're one of the better singles players in the state, qualifying for state last year. How do you think the rest of the season is going to go as a team? Fairly young and inexperienced, but doing pretty good right now.
As a team, I think that we're going to do pretty well. We have league coming up on Monday, and we usually mix up the lineup, but we should be pretty well and we have regionals coming up, so.
JV played at Heston Tuesday, where they placed second as a team. It was a big day for Haley Ruiz, who topped the tournament leaderboard in number 2 singles. Next week, Buhler will host an 8th-team regional as postseason play gets underway. That'll be Saturday, October 9th at the Balzer Tennis Complex in Buhler. Buhler soccer fell to 8th-ranked Augusta Tuesday, 3-1 on the road at Hillier Stadium. Jaden Kretzer scored the lone goal for the Crusaders off an assist from Ethan Stambaugh. Then Buhler returned home for the first time since September 2nd on Thursday to host 9th-ranked Rose Hill. The Crusaders' Cole Darling scored the lone goal for either side as Buhler scratched out a 1-0 victory. The win evened Buhler's mark at 5-5 on the season. The Crusaders next travel to Mulvane this coming Tuesday. Buhler volleyball was swept Tuesday in triangular play at McPherson. The Crusaders fell to the Bullpups in straight sets, 25-6, 25-11. Circle also defeated Buhler in 2 sets, 25-4, 25-16. The Lady Crusaders head to Andale for triangular play this coming Tuesday. Buhler Cross Country took a group of runners to the Elite Rimrock Classic last Saturday. The boys placed 10th as a team in the gold division, while Tanner Lindahl medaled individually in 6th. Caden Lawrence finished 47th for the Crusaders. The senior is a key figure, and the Crusaders hopes to win another 4A state title. Our Tyler Adams spoke with Lawrence following Saturday's race.
Caden, you got 47th at Rimrock. Ran pretty well for the race it's at. Can you just tell us what your first experience at Rimrock was like, because it got canceled last year?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. There's a lot of really good runners there, and it's a really fast race.
So can you tell us just what the competition level is like? I know you said that there's really fast runners, but what's the competition level like compared to just the Great Bend meets or the Buhler meet?
No, it's crazy. There's teams from out of states that come in, and some of the fastest teams in the nation are there. And really everybody on our team ran their best race they have all season, and we did pretty good.
Meanwhile, the girls placed a solid third in the blue division, led by Lindsay Warner's 26th place time of 21:35.3. Both the varsity and junior varsity squads hit the road for league this coming Wednesday at Winfield. In freshman football, Buhler won 21-14 Monday night over Andale. Brendan Skripsick and Mitchell McDaniel both scored in the victory. The freshman squad will travel to McPherson this coming Monday, while the JV team plays at Augusta. That's a look at our This Week in Crusaders sports. We'll highlight other scores from around the league. Coming up, our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard next here on HKFM at the Crusaders Sports Network.
This has been the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, serving Central Kansas since 1886. Join Aaron West and Chris Shank every Friday night for Buhler Crusader football. The second half kickoff is coming up next on HKFM.
Neufeld's Flooring, your experts in design and installation of carpet, tile, wood, and vinyl floor covering. Proudly sponsoring Buhler High School activities, Neufeld's Flooring in downtown Buhler.
At Midway Motors, we believe in being there for our customers for every mile of life.
Midway Motors can service all makes and models of vehicles. With 5 locations and some of the best technicians in the state, we can handle any service you need, including warranty work on Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Midway Motors is also home of the dollar over cost on tires, giving you the best deal on tires you can find. Visit MidwayMotors.com or stop by one of our 5 locations today. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
Come visit us at Buhler Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best care around, and we like to have some fun and get to know you while you spend time with us. From regular fillings, cleanings, dental implants, or even if we have to, extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-543-2768 to schedule your next appointment, or email online at drdalds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
An alarming number of Kansas preteens admit to drinking alcohol in the last 2 weeks, which makes it urgent for caring adults to find every opportunity to talk to their kids about the dangers of underage drinking. Research shows when youth have multiple conversations with adults about avoiding alcohol and other drugs, they listen. Underage drinking lowers inhibition and increases the chance of risky, regrettable behaviors. Find tips on what to say at riseupreno.org or on Facebook at Rise Up Reno Prevention Network.
HKFM.
Well, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Let's dive into some other scores here with about a minute to go before the second half kickoff. Brought to you by Bueller Dental Care, your hometown dentist in Bueller, Christopher. And boy, close one at halftime up in El Dorado, I guess, actually, the Wildcats and the Pups.
Yeah, since we play them next week, McPherson clinging to a 35-30 lead at the half, over 602 yards of total offense between the two schools down in El Dorado.
Elsewhere, halftime, Garden City leading Liberal 21-0.
Well, I got some scores elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network. In the Sterling Lions game, Lions leading Sterling at the half, 22-6. Then a score on the Trinity Catholic Marion game in Heart of America League action on Kansas Rocks. Trinity Catholic leading Marion 7-6 at the half. And then, of course, elsewhere in Reno County, Derby all over Hutch, 35-0 at the half.
Solana Central leading Arc City at halftime, 32-7. Hayes 42, Abilene nothing. That's a halftime score. Derby, as Chris mentioned, 35-zip. Chaparral leading Garden Plain at halftime, 20-7.
And the game over on Kicks Country 106 in the big 8-man matchup. The last score we have up at Little River is Little River 30, Canton Galva 20. That was late second quarter.
Kingman blanking Douglas at the half, 21-0. Wamego 7, Paola 7. That is a halftime score. Eisenhower leading Goddard, a big one, 3-0 at halftime. It's a blowout in Goddard tonight. Scott City Russell tied zip at halftime. Dodge City at the half up over Great Bend, 14-7 in our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard. And second half, fellas, they score 5 unanswered touchdowns, playing really well to finish the first half. Just imagine just come out more execution in the second half.
Well, if you're Coach Philbeck, I guarantee you spent that entire second half building up this first possession for the Orioles. The fact that they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter and that they've got to try to make something happen, try to get a score out of it, because you don't come back in a game one play at a time. You got to do it one down at a time, one series at a time. And so if Bueller can come out here, fellas, and set the tone here to open up the third quarter, it really could be lights out for the Orioles.
One other score, Hillsboro leading Haven now at halftime, 48-0. Next week, back home against the McPherson Bullpups. Before Bueller has to go back out on the road. And that'll be at Wellington on October 15th. They wrap up the regular season here at home on the 22nd on senior night against Circle. Augusta will go to Winfield next week. Then home against Abilene and McPherson to finish the season.
Well, and Bueller having all the home games this year, it's kind of that scheduling anomaly, because if you remember last year, we were supposed to have McPherson here at Crusader Stadium, but then due to some of the COVID rulings, they ended up moving the game to McPherson the week of the game, and so for Bueller, it gives us a nice little stretch of 3 home games in a row this year.
I'm okay with that.
I am too. It's nice being at home, fellas, especially when you have a beautiful night for football. The stands are packed, the band's playing well, the team's playing well. It's a great night to be a Crusader.
It really is busy tonight. It's pretty much packed, and I'm excited to see what tomorrow is like. We haven't hosted McPherson in a couple years, 0-6 against them since 2017, and so being able to play against them, and there's a big old documentary out by a McPherson High School alum, Jason Anderson. He's actually making a documentary featuring Coach Zai just about the rivalry of Bueller versus McPherson. That's going to be on the McPherson Bullpup football page, and we'll actually post it here on Crusader Sports Network if you want to see it.
Coach Zion, he's been around for a few of those.
Yes, been here at Bueller since the 80s. One of my high school coaches. I was just talking about Coach Zion today to a freshman football parent about just how blessed the school is to have guys like Coach Zion. I know he was one of my favorite coaches and teachers. He's one of my brother's favorite teachers here at the high school, and my son's and Tyler's, and just a good guy that anybody that's gone through Bueller High in the last 30-plus years had the opportunity to have Coach Zion.
Him and Mr. Adkins, such great guys.
Mike Zion, the coach here from 84 to 86 before Chuck Porter took over. All right, Bueller set to kick off toward the north end zone to start the second half. Jeff Neal from the 40. Orioles with 2 men back at the 15. Bounces it off the turf, and it gets past the Orioles, past the 10, the 5. Will it go into the end? Oh, pick it up at the 1-yard line. Wow, and Augusta's going to start inside their own 5.
And the return man, if that ball breaks the plane, it's automatically a dead ball, but the returner fielded it dangerously, and great squib kick that time by Jeffrey Neal to pin him deep, and so this is not the way Augusta.
I'm confused there. Unless it hit him and it was a live ball, just let it go into the end zone, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, those footballs make weird plays, but it looked like it would have gone in.
Yeah, it absolutely. I think you're right, Cliff.
Mueller could have recovered it, too, inside the 2.
Augusta from their own 4. 1st and 10 here to start the second half, and they'll take the ground game nowhere. No gain, straight up the middle on 1st down.
And they give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. But, man, maybe a little bit generous there because it didn't look like he hardly got across the 2-yard line. But great job by the Buhler defense teeing off on Kaiser here to begin this 3rd quarter. And this is one of those situations, fellas, be ready for the play action. I mean, Augusta they got nothing to lose here, so be ready for some trickeration. Be ready for them to try to take a vertical shot here.
You know, we have 2 or 3 defensive scores this year. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, this is down in
3.
This is down in Jackson Childs' interception pick 6 land.
Childs had one down here. Eddie had one down here. And then Cameron Campbell had the INT return earlier in the season for one as well.
Slight gain there for
forward progress almost to the 5. So give them half a yard and 3rd down coming up. Augusta was 0 for 5 on 3rd down in the 1st half. Big play early in the second half. Kaiser to throw. Hits a man short of the 1st down. On the far side to Caden McDaniel, his first catch of the night.
Great.
It's going to go up to about the 12, and it's going to be 4th down.
Great open field tackle made by the corner, Deontay Campbell over there to stop him short. And Augusta, guys, it'll be interesting. We'll see how much of a riverboat gambler Coach Philbeck is if he decides to go for it.
They're going for it.
Wow. They came to play.
Keep in mind their quarterback is their punter.
And they did do a quick kick earlier on punt, but he's going under center.
So Kaiser under center to snap the ball, and now they're going to blow it dead.
And
a flag comes out of the far side.
Yeah, early signal from the line judge on the far side's encroachment. They're going to say that Voss crossed the line.
Oh, goodness.
So Marcus Voss's penalty will give Augusta a fresh set of downs there, unfortunately.
Well, that maybe has been the biggest, I think, blemish so far in the season for Buhler. Maybe the most frustrating thing is untimely penalties.
Yeah, so they'll bring in Bodie Redenbaugh at that 2-tech position now defensively.
So they'll move the ball up to the 18 and a 1st down. Augusta running to the far side.
Tackle for a loss.
Great pursuit again by the Black Knight defense. We have been gang tackling tonight, fellas. There haven't been many solo tackles, and that's a sign of a good defense.
It's a lot like 2 years ago.
Mark them back to the 16 for a loss of 2, a lot like 2 years ago.
It was a lot like 2 years ago where we had, when my class was sophomores, when Ian Stubbs and Austin Gentry, all of them.
2nd down and 11. Here's Kaiser handing off near side run, breaks a tackle, 25-30. This is Sebastian Flower with a big run for a 1st down. Up to the 32.
Cody Weiscarver made the touchdown-saving tackle for the Crusaders there. They ran a little misdirection that time as it was Kaiser rolling to his right. He gave to Flowers cutting back against the grain, and he picks up the 1st down.
That's one of their longer runs of the night, as it goes for 16 yards and a 1st down. 8:43 to go in the 3rd. Buhler leading 35-7. Augusta going right to left here in the 3rd from this near side hash mark. Kaiser's going to hand it off inside, and Jacob Barnett is going to have nowhere to go. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I'm really impressed by the interior of that Buhler D line. They're tackling so well. Jackson Childs, great form tackle that time. McCurdy coming up and run support, and good to see the defense kind of buckling down after they picked up some yardage on that carry a couple downs ago.
Well, bringing up Gavin Kaiser, actually being the sophomore, Hunter Anderson has been the quarterback the past 2 years and actually didn't even go out for football this year for his senior year.
Second down and 10. Kaiser with a play fake to throw near side and throws behind the intended target. Ben Britton incomplete on the far sideline at the 40. And that'll bring up third down and 10. That Crusader defense, Brock McCurdy out there, looks like he is getting back to healthy after that dinged up ankle. Had him on our player profile this week. And well, the ankle is one of those frustrating things because if you don't stay off it, it doesn't heal.
Yeah, so good to see him back because when he had that injury earlier this season where they said they heard the pop, you just were worried about him.
They're down at 10. They want to throw, and it's high and tipped up in the air. Boy, that is always dangerous. Sam Price, the intended target at the 40, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, great job by the Buhler front four, bringing the heat, getting some penetration that time. Redenbaugh in there. But, yeah, as an offensive player, you never want to tip the ball up because that's a recipe for a pick, and that's exactly what the Oriole receiver did there. So big fourth down. Looks like Augusta's going to be forced to punt away.
Happened like that in the Southern Illinois K-State football game a couple weeks ago.
They're now 0 for 7 on third down as Kaiser will kick near the 25. Big booming kick. It's going to be taken returnable by McCurdy. 35-40, dances to the near side 45 and gets wrestled to the ground. Boy, a high tackle there near midfield. And Augusta's Isaiah Blackwell wrapping him up at the end of the return.
Yeah, McCurdy's been solid in the return game. His nice return to open the game's kind of been overshadowed by Eddie's return for a touchdown. But anytime you got a guy that can return punts and not just field it cleanly, but pick you up 10 to 15 yards, that's a huge weapon. Just got another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. They just went to the half in Little River. Little River leading the Eagles of Canton Galva 30-26 at the half.
Buhler from their own 49. First touch of the second half out of the eye, 1st and 10. Going left to right. And a handoff. Here's Sam Elliott following his blockers to the near side.
He's gone.
To the second level at the 20, 15, 10, and pushed out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and goal at about the 7-yard line.
Caden McDaniel just got enough of him to shove him out of bounds, but great job by Sam following his lead blocker. Went through the hole with his hand on his back, cut off the block perfectly. And right now, guys, I think the Augusta Oriole defense really maybe possibly mailing it in right at this point.
Well, Caden McDaniel didn't give up because if he gave it everything he had just to keep Sam out of the end zone.
That'll be Sam's longest run of the year at 44 yards. He had 75 in the first half, tack on 44. It'll be 1st and goal at the 7. Buhler up 35-7. 7:26 to go in the third. Out of the eye, right hash mark. Single receivers either side. Near movement up front, no call. Inside handoff to the fullback, and not much there for Colin Rowland.
Yeah, Rowland maybe got it field down to the 6-yard line, so bring up a 2nd and goal from around the 6 or 7. But if you're Buhler right now, you got all the time in the world, can just burn this clock away and methodically try to chip away here at Augusta.
They were 5 for 5 on touchdown drives in the first half, including that kickoff return by Matthew Eddy of 88 yards, the 5th longest in school history.
Any night you can not have an empty possession in the first half, that's a great night.
2nd and goal at the 6. They stay in the eye. McCurdy, single receiver to the near side. And Brad Undercenter will take it from Ellis. Inside carry, Elliott to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Great job by Sam Elliott, just weaving his way to the end zone, and we got to give some compliments to the offensive line. They are blocking extremely well. This Augusta defensive front, not small individuals, but we are doing a great job winning the battle in the trenches.
Once again, great patience by Sam. Not finding the hole at first, but just using that vision of his to be able to cut left and score.
Sam likes running against these Orioles. Had a career night a year ago with 6 touchdowns, 3 tonight. PAT is right there on the money for Jeffrey Neal. 6:31 left in the third now. Buhler in a blowout here on Frolic Night at Crusader Stadium. 42-7 on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
An alarming number of Kansas preteens admit to drinking alcohol in the last 2 weeks, which makes it urgent for caring adults to find every opportunity to talk to their kids about the dangers of underage drinking. Research shows when youth have multiple conversations with adults about avoiding alcohol and other drugs, they listen. Underage drinking lowers inhibition and increases the chance of risky, regrettable behaviors. Find tips on what to say at riseupreno.org or on Facebook at Rise Up Reno Prevention Network.
Did you know that it's estimated that the salt deposits under Kansas could supply the entire world's salt needs for the next 250,000 years? Cargill Salt of Hutch is proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
Hi, this is Dr. Dow Hunt with Bueller Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And streaming online tonight, the Ad Astra Radio app and on the Crusader Sports Network, powered by Next Tech Wireless. Because you're mobile and need to stay connected. Aaron West, Chris Shank, Tyler Adams, Cliff Shank on the sideline tonight from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, and a 42-7 lead for the Crusaders over the Orioles with 6:31 to go in the third quarter.
Guys, I'm feeling something I haven't felt all year long. Chilly.
A little chilly, huh? Picked up at the 20.
Oh, bobbled.
And it's a live ball.
Still loose.
Again inside the 10. Who's going to land on it? I believe the Orioles recover. That was Ben Britton's second time tonight that he's bobbled a kickoff return. He just doinked off him twice that time.
Those squib kicks have been dangerous as all get out. I mean, they are bouncing and hopping. And Tyler, you're a baseball player, and I don't know about you, but from a long time ago when I played baseball, it's always scary when those choppers are coming and hopping at you.
Well, there's a difference between a football and a baseball on turf. Baseball, it seems to just glide and you can predict the bounce. On dirt, it's a little different, more like a football, but a football is just weirdly shaped. And so you can't predict anything.
Orioles recover at the 14, 1st and 10. And they'll go straight up the middle in the flex on first down to the 15 and a gain of 1. Barnett on the carry. Well, both Coach Coles and Coach Warner talked about it in our pregame tonight. We have to stop the inside run, and that has been a huge key to their success. Yeah. After Augusta scored on that initial drive, they've been pretty well shut down.
Yeah, the flex bone relies on being able to pound it in the interior. You take away the fullback up the gut, it really makes the flex bone difficult to run, and Bueller has textbook taken away the interior run game for Augusta.
Second down and 9 from the 15. It'll be Kaiser under center, hands off to his wing in motion. Forward progress up to about the 17-yard line. Again, that is Jacob Barnett. And the Orioles.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up on the plays, hobbling to the sidelines.
Just going to say Eddie and Redenbaugh in on the stop for Bueller.
Orioles looking at third down and about 7 here. 5:15 to go in the third. Bueller up 42-7. Augusta not in a hurry as the clock will run inside to 10 the play clock. Play fake, Kaiser to throw. Hit as he throws. Tipped up in the meat. Good coverage there by Deontay Campbell. Incomplete, intended over the middle for Deontay Campbell, who I think is out there at the 35, lobbying for a flag, but none thrown.
Yeah, Campbell at 5'10", 160 pounds, defending Caden McDaniel, 6'5", 195. How do you beat a taller guy with physicality? And Campbell timed it perfectly, popped him right as the ball arrived for the incompletion.
Well, the last few weeks when the teams we've played have decided to pass the ball, the Campbells have been very clutch and very reliable on that pass protection.
And El Dorado yet to convert a third down tonight. They'll have to punt it away again. Kaiser to kick it away. Bounces at the 50, takes an Augusta roll down to the 42-yard line, and that is where Bueller will take over again with very good field position. Something might happen tonight that hasn't happened since week 1. Some of those second and third stringers might get a chance to come in the game here in a bit.
And that'd be a lot of fun for these fellas because, you know, the team's got all sorts of players, sophomores, even a few freshmen there suiting up like Bodie Redenbaugh. So let's see if the might be one of the last series with the first string O out there for Buhler High.
4:48 to go in the third. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the I formation, straight ahead handoff. Elliott to midfield, to the second level, to the 40. Still on his feet, down to the 37-yard line. When I mentioned Sam Elliott, he just loves to run against these Orioles. Having another big night.
I tell you, I think we need a lobby to get everybody else to wear black and orange the rest of the year because, yeah, you mentioned he had the big night last year against Augusta, and he's been kryptonite for the Orioles again tonight.
That one goes for 21 and another first down, 1st and 10 at the 37. High formation. Neal takes the snap. 15 of the play clock. Hands off to Sam Elliott. Forward progress to the 31-yard line and a gain of 6.
Well, Dad and Tyler, you guys are better at math than I am. Buhler was averaging over 9 yards a carry in the first half. After some of these big plays in the second half, shoot, we're probably above the 10-yard mark, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, Sam's had that, 21-yard run and the 41-yard run. So just 2 runs there, that's about a 30.5-yard average.
Notice you exclude me when it comes to the math.
I know which guys are the mathematic guys here.
2nd and 4. Out of the I, it'll be a fullback handoff. Across the 30 to the 29.
And you have to remember, guys, I know my street cred. Mr. Muller, my 7th grade math teacher, was right in front of us, and he probably remembers from his first year teaching how bad I am at it, so I don't want to even try to act like I know.
Tanner Tustin, by the way, on the carry, his first of the year.
Well, if you think I'm a math guy, you're absolutely wrong.
Good to see Tanner Tustin get the carry there, part of that Montana recruiting pipeline that the Crusaders have.
It's a big one. 3rd down and 2. Out of the I, Sam Elliott falling forward has a first down. Buhler will stay perfect on 3rd down tries tonight. To the 25 for a gain of 4.
Keep the chains moving.
Dalen Coffey will return. Brock McCurdy comes out for the Crusaders. 42-7 here with 2:58 to go in the third.
Isn't the rule, Aaron, during the fourth quarter, if there's a 28 or more point lead, then the clock is running?
Gotta have the 3-score lead. High formation. On 1st and 10, they're going to keep it on the ground. It'll be Sam Elliott again. Stutter step to the 20, gets down to the 18.
You know, Sam does a really good imitation of a water buck.
He is so good. Reversing direction, great vision. You kind of watch him, he weaves his way back and forth.
Quickly.
2nd and 3.
He can cut on a dime.
Call it more like zigzagging.
Out of the eye, they'll stay on the ground. And inside carry, hard run inside the 15, another first down.
Gavin Patton getting the carry there for the Crusaders.
And down to the 12-yard line.
So Coach Warner starting to kind of work some of the younger guys and JV and reserves in.
And for Gavin, that's just his 2nd carry of the year. Boy, I didn't even read the number, and I could just automatically tell Sam Elliott and Gavin Patton. A little bit different body type. You're like, that's not Sam Elliott anymore.
Yeah, Gavin just, as my dad's always described him, kind of just a slashing runner.
Yes. I've been watching him slash for many years.
1st and 10 here from the 12-yard line. They're going to pitch it far side. Getting to the outside, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. And it's Gavin Patton with his first touchdown carry of the season.
Great job by Gavin. It was a toss sweep. He stopped at the exact moment to let the defender cross his face and then wiggled his way and kept his outside window open and snakes his way across the goal line for the 7th touchdown of the night for the Crusaders.
A good possibility that Gavin, a junior, will be a key part of the offense next year. Also gets time on the defense. A whistle at the snap and a flag out.
It's going to be an encroachment on Augusta, I believe.
Oh, I think a little jibber jabber going on right now.
Jeffrey's had a great night. Great 2 weeks in the kicking game. And special teams had a good night tonight.
Encroachment.
It is encroachment on Augusta.
Half the distance to the goal.
That's all. Stay offside.
Boy, that's almost one of those penalties. I mean, the kick was going to go through. You're like, hey, can't we just have the kick?
And now they're going to try Dakota Willett. This will be his first PAT try. The senior who just kicks for Buhler High.
So Dakota Willett, wearing 83, 5'11", 187, a senior who moved into the district this year. And no pressure here. Kick is up, and he got it. Well, if that's the only one he ever kicks, he's batting 1,000.
Yes, 100%.
Attaboy. 1:25 left in the third. It is now 49-7, all Buhler here from Crusader Stadium tonight on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
If you want high-quality dental care with a gentle touch and a pleasant atmosphere, come visit us at Lions Dental Care. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to help give you the best dental care around. From regular cleanings to fillings, dental implants, or any teeth extractions, we can provide the treatments you need. We are always accepting new patients, so be sure to call us at 620-257-5193 to help schedule your next appointment, or check us out online at lionsdentist.com. Lions Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shears Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And we're back here from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. $1:25 left.
We have a celebrity guest with us.
A blast from the past. You know how many games did you board out for us, Mr. Siefkes? A few. Yeah.
Several.
Usually more than one at a time, too.
Yeah, Tyler Siefkes, class of 01, back here celebrating his 20th. Sorry I outed you on how old you were, Tyler.
Well, that brings back some memories. 49-7. And Willett's going to kick off here. Picked up at the 22 and returned to about the 29-yard line. You remember those the old purple chairs that used to sit out in front of the old front office? You know, you get a lighter near those chairs and they would just go whoosh.
That wasn't funny, Aaron.
I was going to say, a fire joke just maybe got a little close to somebody.
You know, that wasn't funny.
You know, I completely forgot. I forgot about the fire for a moment. Sorry. Maybe I'll reword that analogy.
Please.
All right. Augusta with the ball in a minute, 20 to go. Here in the third.
Good tackle on the interior.
From their own 29, forward to the 30.
And on the stop, Bodie Redenbaugh.
Maybe I should say those chairs were so abused over the years, I'm surprised they didn't just disintegrate.
There you go. But, yeah, the Crusaders, I tell you, we were talking about just one of those fun nights when everything is clicking, beautiful weather, and just been a fun night overall.
Absolutely. Great crowd. 2nd and 9, 46 seconds to go in the third. Kaiser will keep it on a run up the middle, and not much ground there. Forward progress to the 34, and maybe the final play of the third quarter here.
Yeah, I don't think Augusta's going to be in any sort of hurry to try to snap the football. Cody Weiscarver coming in to finish off the tackle. He's, of course, the son of another Buhler class of 01 alum.
I just saw Johnny Arismendi run onto the field.
So continuing to work some youngsters in there, out there right now as well.
6 on the clock. I'd be surprised if they'd snap it here before the end of the third, and they will not. So Buhler with a big night tonight, 42 unanswered, 49-7 here on Frolic Friday. 12 minutes to go in the game. And we're back after this from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
At Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hutch, we know trucks. Whether it's a half-ton, 3/4 ton, or 1 ton, with a bale bed, hay bed, or flatbed, Allen Samuels and Hutch can customize your next truck to fit your agricultural needs. Stop by today on the giant corner of Lorraine and 30th or online at allensamuelshutch.com. Allen Samuels is a proud supporter of our community. Come by, let's be friends.
Each and every day, WIFCO Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what WIFCO can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
HKFM.
All right, 12 minutes to go in the game here tonight. Bueller with the 49-7 lead, 42 unanswered. Crusader football brought to you by Johnson Sheet Metal, by the Prairie Bank of Kansas, by Bueller Roundtable, by Diatech, and by WIFCO Steel Products. 3rd and 6 here for the O's from their own 34 out of that flex offense. And Kaiser's going to keep it after the fake to the near side, stumbles close to a first down. Ooh, it's all going to depend on the spot. Close to the 39.
Going to spot him just short, and the Crusaders continuing to work new guys in. Levi Atherton now running defensive end here on the near side. Also Carson Muller out there in this linebacking core for Bueller. So 4th and 1, Augusta going for it here as they've got nothing to lose.
Big 4th down play, 11:26 clock running left. Boy, Augusta still hasn't converted a 3rd down tonight. And they get just enough forward progress on the sneak to the 40. Well, this, an Augusta team felt like they were really improving. They beat El Dorado in a big win. A big win last week at Rose Hill. Feeling like they're gaining some momentum. And boy, Bueller's really deflated them here in this game.
It's been one of those things where Bueller, once they're able to get that separation, Bueller has not let down their intensity, and that's been really cool to see.
1st and 10 from the 40.
Levi Atherton with the big stick there.
Handed on forward progress to the 41, and a gain of 1. Isaiah Blackwell on the carry for the Orioles. Mentioned some new guys rotating into the game.
Coach Cole's going through the sideline, tapping guys on the shoulder, telling them to get ready to go here as the clock continues to run with under 10:30 to go.
Marcus Vossen now at that 2-tech position. Here's Kaiser on a late pitch to Flower. Far side has a first down, 50. Down to the 45-40 and driven out of bounds near the 39 for Sebastian Flower, and a big first down run for the Orioles.
Wise Carver in on the stop for Bueller. Clock will stop so they can move the chains.
That goes for 20 yards and a first down into Bueller territory.
Got our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard update down the dial, or up the dial on Kansas Rocks 100.3. Trinity Catholic leading Marion 14-12 in Heart of America League action.
I believe Braden Gentry just checked into the ballgame. Big run up the middle for Barnett and a big hit at the end of it. And across the 30 down to the 28-yard line, and that'll be a run of 12 and another first down.
Nice form tackle made that time in the secondary by Javon Ostrom.
28-yard line, first down.
Orioles moving the ball for the first time since their very first drive tonight. Down 49-7, 9:40 to play in the game. Out of the flex, the big guy, Barnett, ball loose.
Crusaders have it.
I think it's picked up by a Crusader near the 15-yard line.
Scooping it up. Great job by the senior. He was one of the JV All-Stars last year for Bueller in the receiving corps. Got to watch him a lot, enjoyed his style of play, and makes the heads-up play to get the stop. And now the second offense will come trotting onto the field for the Crusaders.
Bueller now +6 on the year in the takeaway department. 9:32 to go in the game after the turnover. Crusaders from their own 17. You mentioned Jeffrey Neal now in at quarterback. Gavin Patton already has a rushing touchdown tonight in place of Sam Elliott. And a straight-ahead run.
I think Buehler fumbled it right back.
Yeah. And the ball comes loose, and Augusta gets it right back at the 16-yard line. And for the Crusaders, just their third fumble of the season.
Sometimes that happens late in the game when you're starting to rotate in lots of different youngsters, and a lot of those JV guys seeing some first varsity action of their careers.
And so Augusta back on offense. 1st and 10 from the Buehler 16. Black Knights are going to have to stand tall, and a whistle at the snap.
Buehler's going to take a timeout to try to get the defense settled in.
All right, timeout on the field. 9:28 to play here in the game. All Buehler tonight here at home in week 5, 49-7.
We only had 10 guys on the field.
All right, so they'll get things figured out. Back after this on HKFM, the Crusaders Sports Network.
Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Buehler. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Buehler and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
At Dick's Phillips 66, our family has kept motorists on the road for nearly 60 years. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station at 1215 East 4th in Hutch. Dick's offers top-tier gasoline, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Wherever you're headed, every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens.
All right, back out of the timeout run, near side down to the 10. Isaiah Blackwell on the carry down to the 9-yard line.
Austin Rogers, the corner here on the near side, making the stop for Buehler.
Couple-yard gain, 9-yard line.
Inside carry, inside the 5 and down to the 1-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal from there. Rylan Jonas on the carry, the sophomore, first of the night.
Yard line, 1st and goal, Augusta.
And the Orioles have a 1st and goal inside the 2. Handoff Jonas, touchdown Augusta.
So Rylan Jonas scores Augusta's 2nd score of the night here at the 8:44 mark. And so I know the JV guys are a little disappointed that they gave the touchdown, but exciting to get to see them out there on the field, and it'll be exciting to get to see the 2nd string offense here get another crack after the fumble the last go round.
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of these guys getting some playing time. They have not since Goddard.
It's going to be hard after that. I mean, really, they did their job. They forced the fumble, and then Buehler unfortunately gave it right back. Augusta will come on for the PAT. It is low, but through. And 8:44 now left in the game. Your score, Buehler 49, Augusta 14. 8:44 left from HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
When disaster strikes your home or business, shop local. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When pipes break, fire strikes, or the unthinkable hits your home or business, call us. With over 10 years of experience, we know how to help you recover. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. Phoenix Restoration. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Just like Hutch has been synonymous with salt dating back to its discovery here in 1887, Cargill is synonymous with salt. Cargill Salt of Hutch. Proud to support the schools of Reno County. Collaborate, create, succeed. Cargill Salt of Hutchinson.
HKFM.
8:44 left here from Crusader Stadium. Sterling College football coming up tomorrow afternoon on the network. I believe that is a 12:30 pregame tomorrow. As the Warriors host the Avila Eagles. That's Smizer. And a squib taken at the 40. You know, it just cracks me up. We talking about it, those big guys up front on the return. Braden Gentry taught to fall on the football, but almost looks like somebody kicked him in the gut. He just, bam!
Hey, he covered it up before any kick coverage guys had the chance to line him up.
Gentry falls on it at the 42. I love that.
Well, the nice thing for Buhler, we're going to have great field position with it at the 40.
Crusaders from their own 42-yard line. And Jeffrey will pitch it near side, slipping.
Jace Spencer slipping.
As he got to the 44 is Jace Spencer.
Another son of a class of 2001 Buhler alum.
He is a small player, but he is very quick. He can make some big noise on this football field.
Mark him down, a gain of 1 at the 43. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One of the things, if you ever watch Jace run the football, watch his feet. He does a great job of just driving those legs.
Spencer straight ahead, goes into a pile and gets forward progress to the 44 for a gain of 1. That'll keep the clock running. Checking into the game now, Bryce Ruda at a slot in position, a junior. Blake Hageman up there now on the line. Try and get as many of them as we can. Out of the I formation, 2 receivers to the far side. Neal under center. And it's going to be a fullback handoff, and Augusta stands that up for no gain. It'll be 4th down. First time tonight Buhler is not converted on a 4th down, a 3rd down.
Yeah, Alex Lee out there on the O-line for Buhler as well. Also in Miles Dillman.
It'd be awesome to see
Caden Price.
It'd be awesome to see big Johnny Arizmendi getting to touch the ball again like they did in Goddard.
And Bodie Redenbaugh out there now as well. Buhler's going to have to punt it away for the first time tonight. First time the offense has touched the ball tonight, they have not scored a touchdown. And Jeff will kick it away from near the 40. Big high kick. This is going to be a nice one. And it rolls out of bounds near the 21.
Good punt coverage that time downfield by the long snapper, Carson Muller.
6:52 left, 49-14.
Have another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Derby over Hutch now 49-6 in the 4th.
Yeah, Panthers the overwhelming favorite in Class 6A.
When are they not?
Augusta from their own 22. Inside handoff to the fullback who powers his way up to the 27-yard line. I can remember the day when that Augusta or that Hutch Derby game was quite the rivalry.
Yeah, that was kind of when Coach Dreiling started getting Hutch turned around. Them being able to compete with Derby was one of the critical junctures for them.
2nd down and 5. The clock will continue to run here. Out of that flex. Kaiser with a late pitch. Far side. Ball's loose, and Buhler's got it again at the 39.
Levi Atherton was the defensive end here on the near side, pursuing down the line of scrimmage. Swiped it away from Kaiser, and falling on the football on the far side was Alex Lee.
2nd turnover forced tonight by the Black Knight defense. Buhler's got it back with 6:12 to go in the game from the Augusta 38-yard line. Out of the I formation. Jeff Neal under center. Takes the snap. And he's going to keep it. End around run to the near side to the 30. Has the first down to the 25. Jeffrey Neal down to the 22-yard line.
Ran the quarterback boot around the left end, and he was able to get the edge and kind of showcase some speed there.
Goes for 16 and a first down. Of course, he runs that JV offense. JV undefeated on the year. They will be at Augusta Monday night.
Yeah, the JV's been having a whale of a year. They really put it to El Dorado on Monday night.
1st and 10 at the 32. Inside a handoff to the tailback to the 19 is Spencer. Logan Briner was in on the play that time.
Both the JV and freshmen have beat Andale this year too, doing that for a very long time.
As was Ty Goins at tight end.
Yeah, fun, like we said, to continue to get to call some of these young men's names here on Friday night for the first time.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Now put receiver in motion. Neal on the keeper. And forward progress down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd down from there.
Just went under 5 minutes to play here. Crusaders still leading 49-14. Another Bueller Dental Care scoreboard update in the Battle of Rice County. It is Lions over Sterling 36-12.
Tavian Gilliam checks in at a receiver position. It'll be 3rd down and 6 here out of the I-2 receivers to the far side. Jeff hands off to the fullback. Big carry to the 10. 1st down, Crusaders, and goal to go all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Braden Gentry, the fullback, looked like he was shot out of a cannon that time. Just plowed his way up the field for the Crusaders. Gets the 1st and goal now for Bueller High.
His little brother, Austin Gentry, who graduated 2 years ago, was a very solid fullback for the Crusaders.
You know, there have not been too many guys in this Bueller program over the years that played any harder and were more physical than Austin Gentry. 2nd and goal at the 8. End around for Jeffrey Neal. Touchdown, Crusaders!
Ran the quarterback naked that time. Nobody was there from Augusta, and he takes it into the house for a touchdown here on Friday nights as the Crusaders have put up the double nickel on Augusta, 55-14.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. His mom's standing right in front of us. And boy, fun to see her reaction as Jeff gets his first varsity score.
Well, and you know what's going to happen at the house? Oh, they're having some trouble getting players in for the PAT, but, you know, little brother's going to be able to say, hey, big brother, I had a rushing touchdown, did you?
He now has more rushing touchdowns than his brother does this year, yes.
Well, Bradley went and, after Jeffrey scored, Bradley went and sprinted to congratulate his little brother.
And on for the PAT, it is Dakota Willett.
From the 10, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. 4:06 left. 56-14, Crusaders have blown this one open. Back after this on HKFM and the Crusaders Sports Network.
Mid-Kansas Credit Union, serving Central Kansas from their locations in Moundridge and Bueller. Take control of your accounts and sign up for online banking at mkcu.com with features like remote capture deposit and online bill pay. Member owned and proudly supporting Crusader arts, athletics, and academics. Mid-Kansas Credit Union at 200 West 2nd in Bueller and in Moundridge. Member NCUA.
Are you tired of your dusty or muddy driveway? APAC Kansas Shears Division is here to help. This is Derek Fees. Call us and ask us about our asphalt millings. If you are a do-it-yourselfer, arrange for pickup or delivery at your convenience. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
HKFM.
Did you see Little River and Canton Galva now tied?
Yep.
In our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard.
At 38 apiece. And the crazy thing about that,
late
fellas,
third.
Yeah, just 3:07 left in the third quarter up in Little River. So that game definitely moving at a slower pace than the game down here in Bueller tonight.
4:06 left here, 56-14. Willett to kick from the 40 after a Jeff Neal 8-yard touchdown run. And Willett will squib it. And they have had terrible time with these squib kicks tonight. That's going to be picked up after being fumbled at the 10. Went right through the hands of Sebastian Flower. That squib has been a nightmare for Augusta to return tonight.
Yeah, they've really had troubles doing so, and now they continue to work more JV offensive guys in there for Bueller. No, Henry Busenbark checking in at defensive end.
4 minutes to go.
Also out there, Hayden Perez in the linebacking core for Bueller now.
I think Logan Briner is, no, that is not Briner. That is Luca Gotti who's in at Mike linebacker. 1st and 10 from the 4 for the Orioles. 4 minutes to go.
Augusta left early.
And a flag out at the snap.
Left side of the line. Tried to go for the chop block a little prematurely.
Blake Hageman now checking into the ball game.
Number 55. 5-yard penalty.
And replacing Miles Dillman, I know the Hageman family. His grandma will be proud. Grandson's name got on the radio.
Yes.
Penalty on Augusta.
Also out there defensively, Jackson Fluck in there at the 2 Tech for Buhler High School.
Saw Shirley and Joe at a soccer game a couple of weeks ago, living the retired life. I was slightly jealous. 1st and 10 at the 5. And the Orioles on a near side run.
Tackle made by Brock Ellis there.
By Rylan Jonas. He has a touchdown tonight. Forward progress to the 13 and a gain of 3.
Coming up, number 58, Brock Ellis.
Well, the guys can have fun on the football float tomorrow for the Frolic Parade.
Yeah, it really, how Buhler does on Friday really dictates how much fun Frolic is for all the high school boys.
2nd down and 7. Handed off to the fullback. They'll get the first down across the 20 to the 21. And Jonas on the carry. Of course,
across the 20-yard line.
The Y Little Leaguers will all be playing here tomorrow in Crusader Stadium tomorrow afternoon.
Just hoping that lightning stays at bay so they can.
Maybe you could coach from the booth.
We don't have a budget for headsets, believe it or not, Aaron.
3:02 left, 1st and 10 at the 21.
Just use the PA.
Out of the flex. And a handoff near side. Flower to the 40. One man to beat near sideline. 40, 35, 30, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Tavian Gillum with the touchdown-saving run out there.
Tavian Gillum knocks Flower out of bounds deep into Buhler territory at the 29-yard line.
Tavian Gillum actually qualified for state in a high jump his freshman year last year. I believe he actually finished all state.
That is a 50-yard play, biggest of the night for Augusta. It'll be 1st and 10 at Buhler's 29. And they go back to the ground in Jonas. And forward progress to the 25-yard line, a gain of 4. Time not on the side of the Orioles now, just 2:39 left. Big weekend of college football. KU at Iowa State tomorrow. That is a late 6 o'clock kickoff from Ames. And a 4:30 pregame on 94.7 KSKU. K-State home against Oklahoma. Blue Dragons on the road out west tomorrow night. And with a big game at Garden City. And here's a handoff.
Some of the guys subbing in, Brock Neal checking in, and have to embarrass my son, but Calvin Shank getting in there.
Jonas at the 25, no gain.
Wow, the big number 64.
On the play, 3rd and 5.
This is his first varsity action, isn't it?
This year.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5, 1:46 left. Augusta will hand it off. They'll get the first down. Jonas inside the 15, inside the 10, and down to the 8-yard line.
Touchdown saving tackle made that time by Brock Ellis for Buhler.
They'll make it 1st and goal. Mark them at the 7. 93 seconds left. Buhler to improve to 4-1 on the year with Mac here at Crusader Stadium next Friday. Here's a quarterback keeper. We have a new quarterback in there. It is Logan Pfeiffer.
Good job by Blake Hageman getting in on the stop for Buhler. So now.
And a loss back to the 11-yard line.
Bring up a 2nd and goal from the 11.
Pfeiffer, a sophomore, 6 foot 170, in at quarterback. 2nd and goal at the 11, 55 seconds to go. Boy, you know these boys want to keep them out of the end zone here. Here's a handoff to Flower at the 5 to the edge. Touchdown, Augusta.
Well, I mean, Augusta, got to give some credit to them that they kept on playing. A lot of teams being down 56-14 this late in the game would have really laid down, but Augusta is still trying to battle here towards the end. But like you said, Aaron, I know the reserves trying to keep as few points from going up on the board as possible.
8 plays, 80 yards and the touchdown by Sebastian Flower. Augusta's 3rd score of the night with 44 seconds left. Our play and our player of the game coming up.
Tyler's throwing things in the booth.
Tyler's papers will not stay up on the wall now. He's done. Extra point is up and good. That's a new kicker, too, for Augusta.
I don't have a number or name in my program.
There you go. Mr. Schmidt even announcing the fact that he doesn't have a name or a number for that Augusta kicker.
It's number 3. Well, we mentioned it is a frolic weekend in Buhler. It is a busy, busy weekend around Central Kansas. Hutch Fall Fest tomorrow. The Rod Run started in downtown Hutch today. A lot of the classic cars were out. I think my son and I might catch some of that tomorrow afternoon after the frolic. They've got several things going on there tomorrow. Out west in Stafford, it's Oktoberfest this weekend. And they've got their big chili cook-off tomorrow in McPherson. So
lots of fun things going on across Central Kansas. And when we talk about the frolic, you got to talk about the highlight, the world-famous
Pronto Pup
double parade.
Oh, that's wrong.
Well, I'm all about the Pronto Pup too, but
I went to a parade to eat a Pronto Pup. 44 seconds left.
You didn't have enough Pronto Pups at the fair?
Oh, no, you can never.
There's no such thing as too many Pronto Pups, Tyler.
You can never have enough Pronto Pups. And Augusta to kick it off. End over end kick. It's going to be taken at the 15, returnable to the 20, 25, 30 up the middle. To the 35, Brock McCurdy's had a pretty solid night in the return game tonight, near the 33.
Yep, good solid nights, and they'll bring the second/third string offense out there for probably 1 or 2 final plays.
Well, Aaron, I have to admit it, I broke the rule of thumb at the fair. I did not have a Pronto Pup this year.
I'm very disappointed in you. At least you don't call it a corn dog. Don't you dare call it a corn dog. First and 10 from the 38 out of the eye for the Buhler second stringers. And Jeff Neal will hand it off straight ahead, and that should be the final play of the game.
And Jay Spencer on the carry for Buhler, and clock goes under 24 seconds. Buhler does not have to snap it again. I tell you what, fellas, these are the kind of nights that, I know Augusta scored some late points, but these are the kind of nights that you just feel good about everything. Offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah, complete game win tonight. Got it done. And the Crusaders will win it 56-21. At one point in the game, they scored 42 unanswered points. They were perfect on drives in the first half. Only had the one drive where they did not score, had 2 drives, a fumble and a punt in the second half. Well, Crusader football coverage tonight here on HKFM, brought to you in part by Midway Motors, by Fee Insurance, by Apex Shears, by H&R Block, and by Hutch Rec. Our play and player of the game, our final stats, and more coming up in our Crusader Locker Room Show. That is next here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
And as always, into exclusive coverage of Crusader football on HKFM. The Crusader Locker Room Show is next. Coming up, we'll bring you analysis and break down the numbers from tonight's game. Your home for Crusader football, HKFM.
Have an appliance that doesn't work or a yard full of scrap metal and don't know what to do with it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, and you can save the environment and put a little money in your pocket by bringing it to us at 700 South Main. Call us at 620-662-0551. Midwest Iron, recycling for tomorrow's environment.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration. Hi, this is Robin Swanson. My husband Ryan and I and our team at Phoenix Restoration are proud to be Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. When the unthinkable hits your home or business, we are here to help. We'll put our 10+ years of experience to work to help you recover. Check us out at Phoenix Restoration and Roofing phoenixrestoration.com. Phoenix Restoration will help you rise again after your disaster.
Shoot and score with Hutrex Little Dribblers basketball this season. Registration deadline for Little Dribblers basketball is October 15th and can be done online at hutrex.com or in person at 17 East 1st. Little Dribblers is an introductory basketball league for 3 to 6-year-olds. League is held on Saturdays and includes 30 minutes of practice time plus 30 minutes of a game. Visit hutrex.com or follow Hutrex on social media for more details.
Rise and shine. It's daylight time and time to go to your happy place. October is a fun time at your 30th Street Daylight Donuts. Pumpkin spice, apple spice, and all your favorite fall flavor donuts are here. Daylight Donuts are always a perfect way to celebrate or say thank you. Order ahead for bigger orders and we'll have it all boxed up and ready to go. In fact, you can place your order right now at HutchinsonDaylightDonuts.com. Happy fall, y'all, from your 30th Street Daylight Donuts.
HKFM.
Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome back. Our Crusader Locker Room Show. 56-14 is the final. The Crusaders winning over the Orioles tonight here on Frolic Friday night in Week 5 of the season. Sam Elliott with 3 rushing touchdowns tonight and led off the game with that 1-yard score. Buhler went up early, never trailed in the game. Sam had one more in the second quarter, another in the third, and moves into 5th all-time of the all-time rushing list for the Crusaders. Gavin Patton with a rushing touchdown tonight. Cameron Campbell had a rushing touchdown. Jeffrey Neal scored the last 8-yard score with 4:06 to go in the game. Big night for the Neal family there. And then Brad Neal threw for 1 touchdown. That was in the second quarter, the 48-yard pass. Double covered. Matthew Eddy beats them both and scores. At that time they went up 35-7. And so big night tonight. Buhler +2 in the turnover takeaway as they recover 2 fumbles. And of course the special teams return for a touchdown. And then man, maybe my favorite stat of the night in the last 2 weeks now. Buhler perfect in the kicking game. So good stuff.
Yeah, that is something that, early on there was you talked about the Andover Central game. We struggled in the kicking part of it. But no, the neat thing just overall, fellas, you look at this Buhler team from week 1, which you guys got to see, to now, how much we've improved in so many facets of the game. You think about the young offensive line, how they've gelled. You think about the receiving core, how they've gotten better. You think about how Bradley Neal throwing the football has gotten better. And just our tackling on defenses. I mean, it's just this team is hitting on all cylinders at the right time of the year.
Yeah, I think that definitely the most improved part of this Buhler football team is Bradley's passing game. Struggled a lot last year, but in general, this Buhler football team has played really well. They've improved. Like you said, Chris, the young O-line has been playing phenomenal. Basically, Blake Ellis having to come in as a junior. Not getting a lot of reps as center at all, and now having to be able to be a starting center. Having that experience, though, with Jackson Childs and Trevor Cooper, but also Wesley Miller being an inexperienced senior, and then Brian Regier having to come in, basically start the next couple weeks. That's great for him and great for the team because he's one of the hardest workers I know.
Yeah, I think maybe only twice this year has the same 5 started a game together, and they played well last week with Childs and Regier, Ellis in the middle, and then Miller and Cooper on the other side, and they played fantastic again tonight. They'll have a big task next week.
Oh, yeah. You know that McPherson typically has very talented D linemen. Usually they've got quite a bit of size there at the D-line spots, and and you think about it, where did Buhler win tonight? Up front, it all begins on that D-line and O-line. We won it up front. And in order to try to be competitive and get the win next week, going to have to win that battle up front as well.
Well, the speed guys get the glory, but the big guys in the trenches, that's where the game is won and lost.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. If you don't win the line of scrimmage, you could have Barry Sanders back there, but if there's nobody blocking for him, he's not going to get a whole heck of a lot of yards.
Well, yeah, actually talking about the D lineman for McPherson, the first time in the 0-6 streak they beat us, Crusaders, the 2017 Crusader football team was actually known as the team to beat Bishop Miege the year after they lost to Miege in the state championship game. but they had sophomore D linemen that just tore that very experienced O-line up.
Yeah, I think just better and better in the trenches week to week. Defensive line as well. We saw Bo Van Bruggen have a big night tonight. I think that was important. And
lots of people contributed tonight.
They shut down that interior run.
Yeah, you think about just overall tonight, how many different guys we talked about, kind of highlighting some of their contributions.
Well, good stuff. We'll get to our play and player of the game coming up. We'll also hear from Coach in our post-game tonight. Let's go ahead, Chris, if you're ready, and we'll take a look at our final numbers, our game recap, brought to you by Adams Brown Strategic Allies and CPAs, proudly serving businesses in Kansas for the past 70 years, online at adamsbrown.cpa.com.
Well, Buehler finishes just shy of 400 total yards tonight, rolling up 394 yards compared to Augusta's 268 yards. Through the air tonight, Bradley Neal was a 7 of 11 for 144 yards with the 1 touchdown, all that in the first half. For Augusta, Gavin Kaiser going 4 of 11 for 41 yards. On the ground tonight, Buehler gets the win there, 250 yards compared to Augusta's 227. We'll get into some of the individual statistics. On the ground first, Sam Elliott, 19 carries for 163 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jeffrey Neal has 4 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Patton, 2 carries for 18 yards, a touchdown. Cameron Campbell, 1 carry for 13 yards, a touchdown. Braden Gentry, 2 carries for 10. Dalen Coffey, 1 carry for 8. Jay Spencer, 3 carries for 8. Levi Atherton, a carry for 4. Tanner Tushton, a carry for 1. And Colin Rowland, a carry for 1 yard as well. And for Augusta, their leading rusher of the game is Sebastian Flower. He has 9 carries for 98 yards. Receiving-wise for the Crusaders, Matthew Eddy with that big 4-catch, 104 yards for a touchdown. Brock McCurdy, 1 for 14. Tanner Tushton, 1 for 13. And Bo Van Bruggen, 1 catch for 13 as well. Augusta had their leading receiver tonight was Sebastian Flowers. He had 1 catch for 21 yards.
All right, our final numbers of the game, and Coach joins us now on our Crusader Locker Room show. Coach, boy, complete team win, offense, defense, and special teams, everybody contributing tonight in a big way.
Well, they really did. It was a lot of fun, and I felt like we beat a pretty good team. Like we took the wind out of their sails, and I think they weren't expecting that. And remember, they beat El Dorado, so we played well, and that I guess now we just set the bar a little higher. So we got to play at this level the rest of the way. And we know we got a good team coming in next week, obviously, with McPherson.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting with your offense, I thought, you really complimentary considering all the changes and things you've had to move around at offensive line this year. I thought they, again, tonight, hats off to them for playing really well.
Well, they really did. And Augusta gave us a totally different look than we were expecting. And I kept telling the kids all week long, we're seeing their 4-3, but I don't think we're going to see the 4-3. I think we're going to see something different. And we saw something totally different than to be honest, than what we've seen ever. And I thought our kids did a great job of responding. And of course, now we can have iPads on the sideline and being able to coach the kids up in between series. And Coach Hotmer did a great job with that. But even the opening drive, they were doing it, and our kids adjusted and did exactly what they were supposed to. And very proud of our offensive line for the way they handled them.
Yeah, big night for Sam on the ground. Solid night for Bradley. He just continues to be dependable for you and doesn't make mistakes, Coach. I think maybe that's the biggest thing he's
doing a great job. Look at the poise in the pocket. I mean, anybody got to see the game, he's so poised and just does a phenomenal job there. He's doing a great job of being a leader, and very happy with the way he's playing.
How about that, the throw, but then the catch by Matthew Eddy for the touchdown?
That was an unbelievable catch. I mean, the throw was there too, but for him to catch, because obviously the big, tall safety, I think he's 6'4", was there, and somehow Matthew came down with it. What a tremendous catch. And, we ran the same play before, and we told Brad, just throw it. He'll go get it. And sure enough, he did.
Yeah, of course, he had the kickoff return for a touchdown, 5th longest in school history. Special teams, you were good tonight. Brock McCurdy had some good kickoff returns as well, and then Jeffrey and Dakota perfect in the kicking game. So things playing well there for you.
Well, and another one I thought really stood out was Luca Gotti. I think he was in on 3 tackles on the kickoff. Very physical and flying down there. Very pleased with all those people, like you mentioned, on special teams, and I had to throw out Luca because exciting to see. He's going to have a big role for us next year.
Yeah, I think you got pretty much everybody in tonight, Coach. I know that gets a little crazy when you're rotating guys in at the end of the game, and it's kind of like just throwing kids in and out.
To play more than it's tough because everybody wants to play more, but yet we're just trying to get everybody in and shuffling people around. But it's also fun because we're in a situation we haven't been that way this year, where we felt comfortable enough to put everybody in. Even Goddard, when we were ahead, I think we took a break on one play and they went 60 yards for a touchdown. So this was the first time that we were able to get everybody in, and it was fun. Yeah, and maybe the funnest part of the night was your JV offense, led by Jeff Neal, comes down and scores a touchdown. So, well, yes, without a doubt. And we didn't even have Gavin in there. He got to score a touchdown with the varsity, and we took Sam out for 2 plays, and Gavin ran hard. And, our JV is very solid. They're undefeated right now, and they're going to Augusta on Monday. All right, Coach, well, have a great night, great weekend. Hey, we'll see you in the parade tomorrow, and then talk to you on Monday. That sounds great. Thank you. All right, that is head coach Steve Warner talking about his thoughts of the game. Obviously very pleased with the way that everybody played tonight. Solid all-around effort. So.
Yeah, one of those just fun nights where you get the opportunity, things are clicking. When the varsity was in, I mean, we had just not an empty possession hardly forever it was pretty deep into the game, and getting lots of different people in, lots of different people contributing in many different ways, and just a fun all-around team win. And those are the time that kind of wins that give you that positive momentum going into a big week, because now we can finally – the coaching staff, I'm sure, has not uttered the word McPherson hardly at all. But I guarantee you that word was talked about in the locker room to enjoy tonight, but tomorrow we get ready for MAC.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because, I mean, with the AVCTL being as wide open as it is right now, like crazy wins, Winfield almost beating McPherson, and Circle beating Augusta, now us beating Augusta. Right now, I think it's just one game at a time, and that's what they were thinking at the time. And so now you can finally look forward to that McPherson week, the most hyped week of the year.
And speaking of McPherson's last score update, we had out of El Dorado, MAC up 63-36. I think the defense is they decided to go eat at someplace in El Dorado.
La Fiesta.
It's Taco Tico tonight, boys. We're dining fine. All right, player and the play of the game. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with some final scores in our Crusader locker room here on HKFM and the Crusader Sports Network.
You're listening to the Crusader Locker Room Show. Listen to Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra radio app. Join head coach Steve Warner for the Crusader Coaches Show, Monday nights at 6:30 on HKFM.
We are serving up tailgate favorites each and every week at Jackson Meat. Our homemade summer sausages, beef sticks, and old-fashioned cheese curds make great snacks for any occasion. Stop by Jackson Meat before heading out to the next big game and score big on tailgate favorites.
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
As your community bank, Prairie Bank of Kansas is always looking for ways to make banking more convenient, like e-statements. Eliminate the need to file your monthly statements. Now you can be notified the moment your statement is available and easily access it online. Sign up for e-statements online at prairiebankks.com or visit one of our locations in Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today at Hutchinson Family Dental.
Dr. J. Stuckey. Hutchinson Family Dental.
Hi, this is Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. You're listening to high school football on Ad Astra Radio.
And welcome back on our Crusader locker room as we get our play and the player of the game. Well, of course, our Schmidt Electric spark of the game earlier tonight was The 88-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, 5th longest in school history by Matthew Eddy. Boy, a lot of plays we could pick for play of the game. Probably the most impressive, other than the kickoff return, also involved Matt Eddy, and that was the big catch for 48 yards. Double covered, made an incredible catch. I'll let you two kind of duke it out between that play and Jeff Neal's touchdown there in the 4th quarter.
Well, I mean, anytime you score your first varsity touchdown, you're going to be pretty excited.
Well, I just, impressed in that's the only reason I picked that play to be a candidate is because you've got the whole JV offense out there still going against their varsity defense.
Oh, yeah. No, it was fun to get to see the JV cap it off. But I've got to go with Big Brother because that was a well-thrown ball. And Eddie, there's been some people that hadn't been to a Bueller game yet this year that I was kind of crowing about how good Matthew Eddy was. And so he made me look like I knew what I was talking about because I was texting to my friend throughout the game, and he was like, man, that kid can play. So,
well, yeah, so basically about the first play with Jeff.
T-Money, what you say?
It just reminds me of that Peyton Manning run when he played for the Broncos. Jeffrey, with all due respect, I love Jeffrey. He's slow. He knows it. He knows it.
Man.
He's going to get laughed at tomorrow during baseball. But it was good for him.
Can't take the 6 points off the board, though. I mean, it doesn't matter how fast you are if they can't catch you.
Well, it was awesome to see him be able to score, and then Bradley being sprinted over to go congratulate his younger brother. But like Chris said, I got to go with Eddie's catch. I mean, Coach Warner brought it up. The safety is about 6'4", and for Eddie to be able to use his athletic abilities just to be able to catch that.
All right, well, we got to get some mullet T-shirts made up.
Well, we got to get the
Anytime is Eddie time with like a mural of Eddie's mullet.
Just the blank face with the mullet.
Yes.
There you go. Like I said, my neighbor might want a cut of this because.
All right.
No, I'm claiming it, Chad.
So the 48-yard touchdown pass from Brad Neal to Matt Eddy, that made it 35-7. That was part of a 42-point unanswered streak for the Crusaders, and that came with about 43 seconds left in the first half, and that is our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip of the game tonight. Phillip on top-tier gasoline, snacks, and more at Dix Phillips 66. Family-owned at 4th and Stevens in Hutchinson. Player of the game tonight, our WIFCO Steel Products player of the game. And, wow. How do we feel about Brad Neal?
He delivered some really good balls tonight. I mean, you think about, the stat line is 7 of 11 for 144 with the touchdown pass. And of the 4 balls that weren't caught, they were, on the mark pretty much. There was only one ball that you can maybe make the case that it was uncatchable.
I would hate to keep putting you guys on the spot. We should really plan these things out better, but I would give it to him or a team effort to the offensive line. Mm-hmm. So
the offensive line dominated the line of scrimmage, and and there's sometimes where it's just kind of you say it's a team win, and football. They always say it's the greatest team sport because you think about just the cast of characters tonight that helped contribute to this game. So many different guys made a big play here or there. And
so we could make it the WIFCO Men of Steel.
Yes.
Tonight.
Well, because there's so many candidates. Sorry to interrupt you again.
No, you're okay.
Anyways, Bo Van Bruggen also had a great game.
He did.
He had a great game, offensively and defensively.
Yeah. Made some key plays on both sides of the ball tonight, so good job for Bo. Our offensive line, our WIFCO Steel Products Men of Steel tonight. From storage tanks to steel walkways, stairways, and platforms, WIFCO Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. Online at WIFCOSP.com. You like what I did there with the Men of Steel?
Yes.
Good stuff.
Nice.
All right, we'll wrap it up. Final Bueller Dental Care scoreboard note tonight. I know that we did, I believe, mention that Mac went ahead and last I saw it was 56-36 over El Dorado. And so they go ahead and win big tonight.
Yeah, and I think they actually got into the 60s. Last score we had was 63-36. So, like we said, the defense is not showing up tonight down at BG Product Stadium.
Well, that's going to be a completely different game we'll see a team run the spread offense next week. And we haven't had to play that pretty much at all this year. I mean, maybe Goddard ran it a little bit at the beginning of the year, but not really. So it'll be interesting. Some scores in our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard elsewhere. Garden City beats Liberal tonight, 49-0. Wamego ekes out a 22-21 win over Paola. Chaparral over Garden Plain tonight, 41-21.
And I can give you the scores from elsewhere on the Ad-Astra Sports Network. Some of them went final already. Lions picks up the big win over Sterling in that big rivalry game, 36-12. That game was on KSKU. Trinity Catholic picks up another win in Heart of America League play over Marion, 21-18 on Kansas Rocks 100.3. Then on Sports 1 on the Ad-Astra Radio app, the Gossel Bluebirds pick up the 20-point win over the Mound Ridge Wildcats, 42-22. And the last score we had out of Little River was the Redskins over the Canton Galva Eagles, 52-38 in that massive matchup in the Wheat State League. The last score we had was with under 10 to go in the fourth.
That's a big, since Mound Ridge dropped to 8-man, they don't play Inman anymore in football. So Gossel's like their close rival now.
No doubt. There's not a lot of ground separating those two towns, and a lot of family members that know each other and cousins and people to go to church with.
And speaking of Mound Ridge, you need to get out to the P&M Pumpkin Ranch this season and see those folks. That's
yes, Jamie and Tim, super nice people. Always
fun time.
And their kids, of course, are Mound Ridge Wildcats.
Derby beat Hutch tonight 55-6. Salina Central 51, Arc City 14. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction here. Speaking of Inman, the Teutons are really good. They beat Plainville tonight 48-3. And I'm going to say they are in the state title game.
Yeah, I'll have to look around in the West. I mean, I'm trying to remember, is Sedgwick down in 1A? Because if they are, I know Sedgwick's been putting up some.
Was it Elkhart that got them? I don't remember last year. I know they had to go to Elkhart.
It was Oakley, wasn't it? Did they get the? I can't remember. These years all blend together. But yeah, Inman. I believe that might have been some of the first points that the Teutons had surrendered tonight. That field goal tonight against Plainville.
Cheney beats Pratt 27-14. Chanute over Independence 44-0. Blue Comets having a good year. Kingman beats Douglas 41-7.
Just got a score update, just kind of for fun here, from Rock and Heath Schroeder back at the studios tonight. In double overtime tonight, Ellenwood beats Sacred Heart 9-6.
Wow.
Ellenwood snapped a 20-game losing streak. The last time Ellenwood won a game was back on the September 13th of 2019 over Sublet. So congratulations to Ellenwood.
I've broadcast a game from that stadium too.
Yes.
Ellenwood and Heston. That's been a long time ago.
Well, our very own Scott Mitchum that helps us out on the Ad-Astra Sports Network. He lives there in Ellenwood, right there, spitting distance from the Ellenwood Eagles Stadium.
Norwich beats Sylvan Lucas 40-12. This evening, Lewisburg 13, Eudora 12. Just looking quickly, fourth quarter, Dodge was leading Great Bend 24-14. Mulvane big in the fourth over Coffeyville 45-0. Central Plains beating Victoria. That's always a big rivalry game. Central Plains wins that tonight 50-6.
Did you do the Derby Hutch final?
I did.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to look at scores from this neck of the woods.
Well, a big game Friday night. Next week, the one that everybody has circled on their calendar since the beginning of the year. And Bueller looking for some redemption. The Pups have owned the series here as of late. And
0-6 since 2017.
Yeah, I was just going to look that up. I was going to scroll over and find my my MAC sheet here. But it'll be a different game. Of course, always an emotional game because of that rivalry aspect. He who makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And who can control their emotions because, like I said, both teams are going to be amped up. Bueller played really loose and free tonight. Everybody's going to be wound a little tighter next Friday night when the Pups make the trek down K61.
Tyler mentioned the 6 in a row. Bueller's last win of the series came in 2016, 27-14. They did have the overtime playoff game that Bueller led until the final play of the game.
Oh, and that's the one.
Remember that?
Yes, I will remember that.
In 2017.
That conversion till forever.
But the last three, well, I shouldn't say that. Last year was just 28-21, so it was pretty close. Yeah, Buhler looking for a big win. Well, enjoy Frolic this weekend, all the activities going on around, and we'll see you next Friday night right back here at Crusader Stadium. Lots of reunion stuff going on this weekend, and we'll see you Friday. 6:25 for our pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. And don't forget to join us Monday night, our Crusader Coaches Show. We're live with Coach Warner inside Taco John's in Hutchinson. Our Crusader Coaches Show at 6:30. T-Money, have a good weekend.
Thank you, will do.
Get some ice on that shoulder, buddy.
Yes, sir.
You worked hard tonight.
I know it.
Christopher, have a good weekend. Colton, thank you. Colton Hines on the other side of the window is our fabulous cameraman. And he didn't take out any elderly ladies tonight, so we are feeling good.
And get this, we had no issues tonight. No, it was a perfect stream.
That's fantastic, and Cliff Shank does a great job on the sideline as well. And thanks to Heath Schroeder, our speaking of Steady Eddie, that would be Heath back at Master Control. We'll see you next Friday for Crusader football here on HKFM of the Crusader Sports Network.
Football coverage on the sports page at adastroradio.com and on your phone with the Ad Astro Radio app. The Crusader Locker Room Show. You're listening to Buhler Crusader Football on HKFM.
Hi, this is Jade with